Disney Plus is home to the biggest blockbusters, Free Guy, Disney's Encanto, and Marvel Studios' Eternals. And coming this month, there's so much more. Star Wars, The Book of Boba Fett, National Geographic's Torn, and the series premiere of The Proud Family, Louder and Prouder. All of these and more streaming this month on Disney Plus.
Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, welcome to Cosa Nostra Radio. We are a poetry family located at allpoetry.com. And I'd like to thank Kevin and the crew for giving us a place to call home. We believe in freedom of speech. However, not all of the views and opinions on the show by the guests and poets are reflective of the Cosa Nostra ownership and management and are of their own free will. Enjoy this Cosa Nostra program.
Well, good evening, everyone.
Thank you for coming. Today we are going to do some movie quotes on Twisted Cafe. I do want to apologize ahead of time if I am completely disorganized today. I have been dealing with a toothache, and as much as I try to be organized, today was just not a day I could get myself organized. But I do want to thank Sinister for coming over and helping me out today on the show. Hey, Sin.
Hey, how you doing? Well, you're doing better at least, huh?
I'm doing better right now. Tylenol's a wonder.
I prefer Valium and weed.
Yeah, well, if I had any of that, I would have been doing it. I'm sure the show would have been great on that one. Let's welcome Raconteur.
Hey, Lizzie.
Hey, Rack. How you doing?
No, as far as your toothache goes, bite me.
Mm-hmm. It's a back tooth. You know how much I'd have to bite? That's a mouthful, man.
I had a quarter for every time a girl said that.
I was going to say that.
No, you weren't.
Yeah,
you weren't going to say
that.
You weren't going to say anything.
Yeah.
It just sounded clever on the tongue.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, man. What?
I'm having a
situation. Hear you, boo.
Fella. No, don't worry. It's okay.
Okay. Well, let's see. We got lots of rights tonight. I decided I'd do some movie quotes because there are some movie quotes that are really awesome out there. So let's see.
Yeah, you picked some really good ones. I tried to write the one, but I can't get myself to write tonight. But I've got one half inspired on one of your quotes.
I literally wrote one at like 8:15 tonight, so I'm not even sure how it's going. I'm like doing audio and writing a poem. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing real good today. Yeah, I'm doing audio. I'm over here, trying to write a poem. Like, God only knows what I wrote here. I'm not even sure. But what the hell? I'm just
it's
gonna
probably
go
really good. That's those are really good.
Well, we'll find out. All right. So I think we're gonna start with let's start with Rama. She needs a reader. I guess I will read for her. Let's just get her on the board. Make sure nobody's on the line. Okay. And let me see what quote she didn't put the quote that she wrote to. But okay. This is Tension by Rama. Why roam around with tension in your head? Why not live in the moment instead? Why entertain negative premonition when thoughts are based on supposition? Tensions take away our present. In misery, moments are spent. Tension-filled moments are hard to forget. Lifelong sadness at very thought they beget. So many thoughts mind does brew. Most of it doesn't come true. We end up looking like a fool for all the thoughts we did fool. Where mind is filled with tension, there is no room for concentration. Brains working does cease. We fall prey to many diseases. If we live in present, we are ever thoughtless. Life becomes joyous and effortless. Lightness, faith, and positive disposition go a long way in ending all tension. End poem. Well, I do enjoy that poem because I think that is a very true statement. Tension just does not let you think right. I think that it's a relatable poem because I think most of us have been in that spot where, the tension headaches just take over your brain because you just can't handle the stress and all the shit that takes over your brain when you're just suffering from that. I mean, Lord knows you just can't think properly, and she really caught all that really well in this piece. I truly enjoyed it. Thank you, Rama, for sharing this piece on the show. Sinister, what do you think of that?
Let Rat go and come right back to me.
Sure, no problem. Raconteur, what do you think?
Oh my goodness. Tension is one of those things that aside from the word itself, which it's lovely to play with. Jokes about being intense and things like that, but the reality of what tension does to you and just how it affects everything about your ability to even concentrate and focus and I dare say it contributes to toothaches, but I think I'm preaching to the choir on that too. It's just one of those things where everything tends to throb, and if you can eliminate tension, you can eliminate a lot of grief in your life. I think it's a great thought to try and chase after. And I live on a hamster wheel, so everything is kind of circular. It's one idea after another. When you're trying to follow something like that, it kind of drives you crazy at the same time. Go after the source of the tension. How do I relieve the tension? It's like, and some things you almost don't have a choice, and you're going to be tense about anyway. So the not knowing causes tension. There's so many things to it. At the end of the day, for me, the big lesson, the hardest thing that I ever had to learn, I think, the most helpful thing is, if you don't have any control over it, let it go, because otherwise you're going to make yourself out of your mind. And if you can't influence it and it's not something you can do anything about, then it's not worth making yourself crazy about. The answer's going to, happen the way it's going to happen, and you're not going to be able to manipulate it. So, that to me is kind of what this says, is kind of let it go. Yes. Anyway, it's a good poem, though. Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. And Sin.
I smoke your joints in the morning, smoke your joints at night. Because it makes me feel all right. I mean, smoke some fucking weed.
I tell you, they need to legalize that shit already. That's just the end of it. I'm sorry. They just need to legalize that shit already. Just put that shit up in cigarette packs, charge whatever, and watch how fast that shit sells out.
Yeah, really.
I traded my pack of cigarettes. I'll tell you that now. I traded my pack of cigarettes. I would definitely trade in my cigarettes and put it in for that. So there you go. A joint is a cigarette that serves a purpose. That's what it is. Boo, what did you think?
Okay, well, I'll be nerdy, but I gotta say, the tension, adrenaline and all of that, all those stress hormones, which there's 3 of them, adrenaline, cortisol, and norepinephrine, they all are going to increase your sugar and increase your brain's use of glucose, which increases your ability to repair tissues, and you're tired, and energy's going to be gone, and it really fucks you up. People don't realize that stress kills, and it does. And a lot of us, like Rack said, you're running on the hamster wheel. That's what people always say to me too. Running on the hamster wheel. It just messes up your psyche, your body. It ages you. So many things. Mm-hmm. I mean, coming from me, this shit just like I don't even listen to my own advice, but I've been trying to give you now. But slow down, people. Don't do as I do. keep going, you can die early death and all that other stuff. It's really, really bad for you, and there's no good that can come of it, but we do it every day, and we keep doing it to ourselves over and over again, and you can't really repair yourself. And I think she's just saying, chill, and just, like, control what you can, and then just let it go, let the rest of the stuff flow. But if you're like me, it's hard to let shit go. So that doesn't help either, but, I've been trying to do better at that, but I don't know if it's working, so we should take her advice.
Yes. I feel you, boo, because I'm the kind that tells everybody, you got to let it go. Just go with the flow. Even when I'm in the house, rocking back and forth on my sofa going, shit, what am I going to do? Yeah, I look real cool. Yep.
Richard, about
I don't practice whatever. Yep. I feel you. I know how that is.
So
I don't practice what I preach either. Huh?
I was saying, Lizzie, guy walks into the psychiatrist's office and tells the psychiatrist, I keep having this recurring dream. I keep dreaming about the same teepee and wigwam every night. And the doctor says, well, there's your problem. You're 210.
There you go. Right? There's the solution.
Stupid joke of the night.
Stop being so tense.
Now that it's out of the way.
That's okay.
We smoke on a peace pipe now.
You're crazy.
Pass the peace pipe. Pass the peace pipe. I go past the peace pipe.
Yeah.
I had a professor in college who
being greedy. What's up with that? Mm-hmm.
I know, right? Puff, puff, pass. Puff, puff, pass. Yeah, I had
it's
a professor
like a 3-hour
in college.
ride to pass that shit to you.
I got the dog membership.
It's a 3-hour ride to pass it to you.
Now, let me tell you, I don't know what's in the peace pipe. I forgot, peyote or whatever it is. And I had a professor in college, and he had the liberty of joining in on a peace pipe smoking one time. And he said, they tell you it brings you closer to the gods. He goes, let me tell you, I saw God. I experienced the whole thing. I was hysterical. I'm like, that's some good shit.
No joke.
That's what you call some good shit in there, really. Good God. You could say you saw God? Yeah, that was some good shit. All right. I got Rack on the board, so I will play the audio.
Sojourner by Raconteur. There is a garden where I wander, seeking the seeds I might plant to ease my strife. Maybe I'll find the tree of knowledge, and with it divine why I can't find a partner to walk hand in hand through life. I don't need eyes to drink in the one that I quest for. I shall know her by exploring the terrain of her being with the Sherpas of my extremities, thereby awakening what lies dormant, seeking out the mysteries of that which remains undiscovered within. Oh, to surf the undulating waves of her ragged breathing until I crash upon the beachhead of her desires, to smell the faint scent of tea tree oil and apples in her hair, and savor the salty brine beating between the goosebumps and ravines of her silken petals. To achieve such pleasures would haunt me eternally, echoing whenever I were foolish enough to try and swallow, or make futile attempts to draw breath. The madness I seek lies partially in the effect the very timbre of her voice would conjure, even when she isn't teasing me in the playful prrr of her lust. My muscles would respond involuntarily, trembling in time with the inflections of every word she intones. The total effect of such providence would result in pervasive vertigo that would lead me by the hand to fall quite willingly into the abyss where my cardiac muscle once labored in vain. I am a weary traveler wandering aimlessly through a barren garden, searching for that which so many seem to somehow overlook. Something that seems like it should be so simple to find, yet proves to be so mercurial and elusive. End poem.
Now I want to start by saying something.
Go right ahead.
Before I lose it, because I haven't smoked weed. This poem, it touched me. It's it's nothing you haven't heard before, but how you wrote it made it new. And it's a reminder to live life before it's gone. Don't just stand back and think about it. Take hold of that bitch and move forward. Great piece, right?
Thanks, man.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, this is a really great piece. I really I like the ending, the weary traveler wandering aimlessly through a barren garden, searching for that which so many seem to somehow overlook, something that seems like it should be so simple to find, yet proves to be so mercurial and elusive. Because, the way everything is, it really does seem to be like the most elusive thing to be searching for that person that fulfills us, that we can be happy with. That's just our quote unquote soulmate. I really like that, and then the madness I seek lies partly in the effect. The very timbre of her voice would conjure even when she isn't teasing me in the playful purr of her love. Love that line. That's just awesome. That's an awesome rack, really is.
Thanks, Lizzie.
You're welcome.
Stupid question, but what does mercurial mean? I forgot. Does it mean like meager, right?
When you put like a drop of mercury on something, it slides around. It doesn't stay still. You can't really catch it. It's one of those things that's very
moment.
hard to contain. Hard to contain is the best way to put it.
I would say elusive moment, because do you want to catch that, but you just can't. Sometimes you have the opportunity and you failed it. It never happened again.
We just keep slipping out of your hands.
Sneaky little. I like where you say, I don't need eyes to drink in the one that I quest for. I shall know her by exploring the terrain of her being. That says about an intimacy there, and a wanting and needing, but also accepting somebody for all of them. And then you even got to find little details in there, like you're paying attention. There's scent of tea tree oil, apples in her hair. Like, she sounds delicious, salty brine, and what she does for you, like she does it for you. And to achieve such pleasure would haunt me, because you kind of like, that's like one of those things, you get there and you're like, you dream about it and you want it so bad, and then you get there and you're like, oh fuck, and then you're worried about fucking it up, because you don't think you're going to get there, and you're almost like self-sabotaging yourself there. Lies partly in the way of her voice. When someone's voice or their words can calm you and do it for you, that says a lot. That's pretty powerful. And then you're just, at the end, you're just lost walking through the garden. That's where the question comes up all the time. Is it better to have known and lost it, or never to know, I think. And it's beautifully written, the way you always write, with so much heart and emotion, and your voice is perfect, like I told you before, for reading poetry. And everybody wants this, or we get it and then we throw it away or screw it up somehow, or it goes away too early and we regret it. So, good job, Rack. Is this one on the front page?
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you.
Maybe. If it was a while ago.
I don't see it. So I'm gonna have to. I got the beat salwa to it. It's on a lot of bliss. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Thank you. I like the picture too. That's cute. It looks like somebody's it is somebody standing there, right? Hard to tell, and it's kind of like mixed in there. Ignore me, sorry.
Let's welcome Wayne to the show.
Hello, folks.
Hey, Wayne.
Hello,
Wayne.
It's Friday night.
The party
Friday night.
is
Sunday.
It is Sunday?
Pass it to Wayne, sister.
Killer Wayne.
Yes, just got home. Sit down for a minute.
Wayne found his phone. You found your phone, I guess, Wayne.
Yeah, I left it out in the car. I looked everywhere for something, and it was out in the car.
Oh, I hate when I do that. Oh, my God. Then I'm using my house phone to call the cell phone so I can find where the hell it is. I'm like, where the hell did I put this thing in? Yep. It's in there.
It was next to the
Can't
machete.
stand it.
Find my phone, Google.
Oh, Jesus. Hey, Sinister, you ready to read yours?
Yeah, I don't. Oh, yeah, okay. See, now, here's the deal. I tried all day to write something, and I've got fragments, so I appreciate it. The work's in progress, but I wanted to write to the quote, the Good Will Hunting quote about
Okay.
loving someone.
I love that quote.
Paraphrasing how you can't do that without. Anyway, that's the quote. I'm too stoned to think what it was. Something didn't work, but I'm going to rejoin it in color here once I get rid of Cottonmouth. Can you hear me okay?
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Yeah.
All right. Joy and color. Weave your inhibitions lightly around my mind. Shall we dance preconceived notions out the door? Like a rigadoon sidestep through the parlor floor. Weave those inhibitions lightly around my nebula. Feeling naughty. Speak soft transitions of longing through my audibles. Let me hear those whispers of desire set ablaze. Tease my romance with eager enthusiasm so earnest. Let me lap up your luscious sentiments and lustful want and broken ecstasy. Your touch is divinity, my darling. True catastrophe. Rupturing my restraint tenfold into points of euphoria. Yes, a simple caress from that fingertip sends shockwaves, inundating my temple with due praise and pitiful shame for neglecting. I digress to bent knee, worshiping every ounce of attention. For your bounty bestowed is like fruitful gardens harvested in October. The skies open and shine, amethyst rays of joy and color. For in the culmination of our love, we can truly recover. In peace. Dedicated to my wife.
Oh, rest in peace.
Yeah. That's a beautiful piece. Yeah, this is real. You captured the loving of someone to a point where, you know, unless someone else has experienced that, when you have given yourself fully to a person, and they would never understand that, you know. So you did capture that Good Will Hunting quote really well, I think, because you showed, you know, the soft transitions of longing for my audibles. Let me hear those whispers of desire to the blade. Like, those are all things that, this is a person that you loved and adored, that you gave everything for. And when that person is gone, there, you know, nobody could understand that bond that you had with that person unless they themselves have been in love with someone that way. So I think you captured that amazingly well in this piece, Sinister. This is a beautiful piece and a wonderful dedication to your wife. I'm sorry for your loss. You're very welcome. Wayne, what did you think of that?
Oh, it was wonderful. I said, I love inhibitions around my nebula, which is one thing I really like to have happen. And nothing's better than lapping up the luscious sentiments of a lustful want. And I like the way you did these metaphoric concepts you have in this poem. It's perfect. All the way through, you had the same theme, and it worked real well. You did a good job on this there, Sam. I love it.
Anyway.
What's the comment? And Boo, what'd you think?
I thought that it was beautiful and heartfelt, and you could hear it in his voice, and like, you know, I mean, I'm like, you're stronger than I could be, because I don't even know if I could come on and read poetry without like losing it completely, and especially since it's new and fresh and all that. Give you a lot of props for that. It's funny because I was expecting you to do your usual read, you know, like really fast and angry, and that was heartfelt and full of love and well written. I think you did. I was going to write to that quote too, because I love that movie and I love that quote, but I didn't. Tried to, but and you did a great job with it, because you have loved something that much, and you do know what it's like to lose something that you love that much, and you know, that's what it's all about. And you're not with somebody for 20 years if you don't adore them, love them, and put up with all their crap, you know, and still love them at the end of the day, like you will forever. And I thought it was a great job and moving, and I just thought you did a great job, and I'm sure she's smiling down.
Yeah, awesome comment. And Rock.
Thank you, Ben.
Yeah, there's an intimacy that you speak of in a way that nobody else will ever be able to understand, because it was your own personal connection. I always say, you know, it's when it's a relationship, you know, it's what they bring out in each other. And sometimes when you have this connection, like you describe, there's things that nobody sees. You know, some people will say, you know, oh, Sinister, he's funny. And someone will go, I don't think he's funny. But, you know, it's that relationship that, you know, well, you don't bring it out in him. That's why you don't think he's funny. You know, it's what transpired between you and that person that blossomed and connected. And no one else will ever be able to understand that, because they're not the same person. And they don't see the same things the same way, the same perspective. And as you know, grow closer and you stay together even longer, you know, you start to see things through each other's eyes, and you know, that whole, you know, finishing each other's sentences and whatnot. And even when you lose something like that, it's like you could still hear their voice, and you could still, there's still remnants and reminders that you can't shake because of that connection. You know, I forget, and I was, you know, talking to a friend the other night about this even, there's an actual syndrome when two people are like that close. When one of them passes, it's not long after that the other one their heart breaks and they pass too. It's almost like they lose their purpose, their sense of being, because, you know, it's like losing a piece of yourself. You know, all the cliche, and people call it cliche. I don't think it's cliche, but a lot of people, you know, they call it cliche. You know, it was a piece of myself. You know, all of that. You exemplify something like that when you have a relationship like you're describing, and you know, again, it's other people, you know, live to experience something like that, and you're lucky if you ever get to. It's beautiful, and you know, a horrible loss that you just, you know, no one will ever be able to comprehend, and you know, it's not something I don't think you'll get over very easily if you do. You know, it's something I think that'll stay with you in one way or another, and you know, I'm sorry, but you know, I'm glad you got to enjoy the time that you had. It's a beautiful piece, Sin.
Thank you, Rack. Sorry, I had to mute myself. The dogs are being. I appreciate that, Rack. It is something that, you know, it's an everyday thing. Every day I got to get up and remember that.
Yeah.
It's all on my shoulders, and I got to take it a day at a time. Well, I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing okay.
You know, you have good days and bad days like anything else. And when my husband got killed, people told me, they said, you're not ever going to feel good, but you're going to get to a point where you're able to just deal with it, you know, not feel better, not be happy. But, and I was like, no way in hell. Like, there's just no way. But you just sort of just deal with it. And then, you know, you're just like later. And then I became afraid of forgetting his face and voice, and then I was obsessed with that. All that shit. So, but you do get to a point where you're not over it, but you just sort of just go forward in years. Hopefully, it sounds crazy now, but but somehow it happens. I don't know how, but.
Yeah, I mean, it takes time. I mean, I know when I lost my husband, it was the same thing. You go through the stages of grief, the denial, it's just a bad dream. I'll wake up from this nightmare, but then after you go through all that, because you kind of walk around numb, I think, for a while. Yeah. And then you finally start moving on. Yeah, you're like, no, it's like, this is not true. This is not real. It's a horrible nightmare. And I'll wake up out of it, and everything will be back to normal.
Today's a good day. Oh, fuck. I want to call her.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like, you have those moments, but as time goes on, it does take time. It's not, you're not going to get over it, and whatever. Like, some people are like, oh, you'll get over. No, it doesn't work that way. It just takes time.
You have the bullshit too. You have the bullshit too, Lizzie, where people are like, I got a brother for you. I got a cousin for you. I got a brother. I'm like,
what are you, nuts? Yeah, nobody's ready for that. You just lost somebody. What are you, crazy? Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. Like, I hate people who be like, oh, you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. I'm like, what? No, this is, it's like,
that's a great movie.
I don't know. It's almost like traumatic. It's almost like traumatic. Like, I hate to use that word, but it is. It's like a trauma that your body goes through. It's like, you're like. It's like you're literally like in a shock, like
it's like losing a limb.
Like, I don't know really how long. Yeah, it really is, and people don't understand that. And I that's how I said.
20 years,
you did a great job. Yeah. Yes, 20 years. That's how, I know when my grandmother died, I didn't know how my grandfather. I mean, you could have told he grieved, but he was one of those, the Latin guys that don't show emotion kind of thing. So. Everybody knew it hit him hard. He was married to her, to literally till death do you part. They were married for I don't know how many years. It was like, oh my God, it's like losing a body part. You know what I mean? So, and people are like, oh, you'll get over it. No, unless you've been there, you cannot tell somebody they'll get over it that easy. It does not happen that way. So
it gets a little easier, but I'm nowhere near that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's still too fresh. I mean, like I said, it takes.
I've got 3 reasons to get out of bed every day and take care of business.
There you go. Yeah. Counting on
me with that.
Yeah.
She blessed me with that. I get to see it every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She knows she got a strong man now who's gonna take care of shit, and that's what you got to do.
Exactly. Those kids are a part of her, and that you'll always have that. That's what I say about my, my son. I'm like, that's my part. He left me that. So that's, a part of him that I'll always have, so. Yeah. Okay, Wayne.
Moving on from the somber.
That's okay. That's what we're here for. We discuss these things,
Hey, and what about? Don't you hate? You're a widow? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I feel so bad.
Yeah.
It's like
you're so young. That's the best.
It's like like a condition,
so
syndrome.
Yes. It's like you developed some kind of disease. It's like, what? Get away from me. I'm definitely, the person. I remember. I think the most horrifying thing that happened to me when my husband passed was my mother-in-law's best friend. He literally was still in the hospital bed. Okay, and we were just leaving the hospital room because the doctors were like, okay, you need to leave so we can. Get him ready and whatever. So, we're leaving the hospital room. She looks at me, and she's like, well, when you prepare the services, you should have, a double plot. So this way you can be buried next to it. Now, wait a minute. I just literally walked out of the room with this man. I was only 30 years old. You're over here preparing me for my own death. I'm like, lady, you need to back away. And I was like, here I am numb, and now she just shocked me, and I'm like, I got to get the hell out of here. Like, what is going on with people? Now you're trying to bury me. What is going on here?
I had
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I'm like, what? Oh, well, yeah, not what I need right now. Well, yeah, that was. It's insane. Okay, Wayne. Do you want me to play? Do you want me to play your SoundCloud?
Yeah, I wrote this. Is a Shakespeare sound I wrote for a contest. I wrote this morning and recorded it. And I thought, well, I might as well play it tonight. Yeah, you'll like it.
All righty. Sounds wonderful. Let me just pull up your SoundCloud. What happened?
I said, alas, poor Yorick. He said Shakespeare.
Ah, Yorick.
I knew him, Horatio.
That was awesome. All right, here we go. And you're up on the board.
This is a Shakespearean sonnet I wrote. It's called Don't Speak the Words of Pain. Must not intend to harm the love live for, not by the deed hath done, but words spoken, or not hear words of praise still waiting for, the harm so hard to mend from heart broken. To love and lose the love leaves only pain, with nighttime filled from sadness left behind, and life to live, to try to still maintain, to know no path for love to hope to find, no song to sing to fill the heart betrayed, or breeze to blow to cool the flames which burn, to know the words you spoke so loud conveyed, the pain so great the time can't stop returns. So speak the truth with thoughts of being kind, and love to grow so strong for you to find. And
yeah, that was great, Wayne. It went great with the music behind it was awesome, and I love the way you read it. I'm so used to you reading quick, and that was like so nice and slow paced. Like you almost did it like you were about to start singing. You know, like that's how it was. I think you did an awesome job with reading it. It really was awesome. I've never even attempted a sonnet because God only knows I'd butcher it, but this is really amazingly well done. I love the way. I love the must not intend to harm the love live for, not by the deed hath done, but words spoken. And that is like so true, you know, like things that we say can like, you know, those are things that stay with people forever. You know, that statement about a punch to the face you'll get over, but you can't get over what people tell you is absolutely true. So this is really so well written and so amazingly done. I mean, this is a great piece. I think you should win now, actually. But, you know, I'm not the one doing the contest. So this is an awesome piece, really. Sinister, what did you think?
That wasn't Wayne. Wayne pulling one off on me. Got voice box or something. No, move that slow. You move that passionately, but with your pen, you always move passionately with your pen.
It was me. It was Wayne Newton.
Wayne Newton.
Big news, brother.
That's awesome. back. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I keep saying Wayne's very versatile, and this is a great example. You know, I know quite a few people that can't do a song, myself probably included. I don't even know what the rules are to writing one, but you know, I could tell by how you read it. You know, you were getting the cadence of the rhyme into it, and you know that's I think part of how it's intended to be read. And it's a beautiful thing when it's executed and written the way that you did so well. You know, the thoughts are gorgeous, and you did a wonderful job expressing yourself in that. I mean, yeah, like Sin said, people are going, it's not Wayne. So, you know, that should tell you something right there. You know, people that have any kind of preconceived idea of you know, quote unquote Wayne, you did a really great job stepping out of the box and doing something different, and you did it well. It was really fantastic, Wayne. You deserve a medal. I don't know if it's been judged or not, but you know, and actually, I can't. I don't know what else you're competing against, but I enjoyed it.
Well, thank you very much. I enjoyed writing it. So it's a win-win, no matter what happens.
And Boo, what did you think?
Any of the forms are hard to write, and especially this one, because you got to keep going back, you know, 10 syllables and then unstressed syllables, and then 3 stanzas of 4 lines and then 2 lines. It's like, Jesus, it's just a lot of stuff to remember. Usually you want to just give up and get frustrated, but you stuck to it. Also, when you start reading, I never know, when you start serious like that with the creepy music, it could go either way. I'm always like, oh. I'm like, this is going to be hilarious, or this is going to be moving. And then to love and lose, the love leaves only pain. Seems to be the sadness tonight in the air, filled with sadness left behind. Still maintained. The rhyme is really good. You got the A-B there so good, and the unstressed, which isn't easy to do. Yeah, this is a really great job. Speak the truth with thoughts being kind. Like people, you know, they hide so much shit. When they say they're looking for somebody, they say they want to meet somebody, they say they want to be honest and they want to be open, but really they're full of shit, telling each other a bunch of crap and lies, and then they get to the point where, you know, you weren't lying. It looked like now she's crying, like, you know, the fucker lied about everything he told me, probably vice versa, maybe, and then, you know, it's too late. By then, you should have just been up front in the beginning, you know. And I love the movie. I love that movie. Good Will Hunting's one of my favorites. And the quote you used, I tried to do that one, but I don't think I did. And I thought you did a great job. And you're always spreading your poetic wings, learning, growing. Every time I see you, Wayne. Good job.
All right. You inspire me, Boo. You inspire me.
I remember your very first read like 5 years ago on Late Night Poets, and how much how many times you told me that you had to practice for hours. You were so nervous. You've come a long way, my friend.
Yeah, I went 10 years without reading anything out loud. So up to 10 years, your mouth and eyes don't coordinate very well. I had to get back to coordination. My eyes and ears and all that. I couldn't read nothing when I first started.
Yeah. I remember how like you said your heart was beating. You're practicing for a long time. You remember the first thing that you read on Late Night Poets? You remember what it was?
No, I don't remember. I know it was something I couldn't read.
Yeah. You remember in the beginning, but you were like, "This is for Boo," and I was like, "Oh my God!" you were like, "Yeah, so here you go." I said, "Uh-oh," and they were all like, "Oh," you know, making other accusations. That was funny.
That's so bad. I almost started crying.
It's funny, right? How nervous you are the very first time you called. I remember I thought I was gonna get sick. I really did. I was like, I can't do this. I
was fascinated with, now I know the person's voice now, and I know their face, I know their name, and you can put it together better. So I thought that was cool. Like, oh, now I know them better, you know, because you hear their voice and it's a whole different thing.
Yeah. It's funny.
I can't imagine putting back to poetry where you couldn't hear nobody. It'd be hard to go back to the old way we did it.
Yeah. And people always sound different than you think they're going to sound, or they sound one way, and you think something different.
Yeah.
It's funny.
It is funny. I'm having that issue. Oh, I absolutely hate.
Great comment.
I have 209 on the line. Who's calling? May I ask who's calling?
Yes, you can. This is Randall.
Hi, Randall. How are you?
Randall, where you been?
Hey, Randall. It's time to read your new poem.
How are you, gang? It's good to hear from you. I've been kind of out of the loop for a while on a sabbatical.
Yeah, that thing's good. Yeah.
Good to hear you.
I hope everyone's doing well. What's
I
that?
hope it is.
Your boat's
still going.
Oh, it's still floating. I have 2 of them now.
All right.
Oh.
So I use one. I use one for a studio, and then I walk across the dock and go home.
I thought I was hoping it was a guest boat.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. I need a minute. My internet just went out because the weather isn't so great, so I'm having internet issues.
I put Randall's up.
Oh, okay, cool. So, Randall, you can read away while I get my internet fixed.
You ready, Randall?
Yeah, you want me to put it up, though?
No, I put it up there. Put it up. Yeah, you're ready to go.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, I guess I could find a movie, but I usually don't write to any prompts. So, this is called a Bridge of Light Through Winter Portals. Though life in these ethnic tents is but a wither upon sacred moments, when cluttered air moves fast between a trouble of sound, I find each lesson gleaned merely a step onward towards wider awakenings with brighter surroundings, where dreams become vehicles of artwork, cruising through kindred souls, once imaginations are but paintbrushes of energy, stroking colors of vibration into a favorite songs to accompany the ride, while the language of creation speaks in the silence of mathematics. So let us not invite nor visit a cast of shadows, conjuring dark plagues with gluttonous appetites that plunder empty hearts in the absence of a moral compass. Instead, let us stand for every child's righteous future, complete with broken tears on bent knees, knowing the great war is already won, yet the battle, though wobbly with uncertainty, was always meant for us to claim the victory and seize the kingdom given to mortal man. End the poem.
Well, awesome.
Life is
I didn't have the poem. What'd you say, Rex?
I said life is like a box of chocolates.
I gotta love that. I love that line. Yeah, I did not have the poem in front of me, so I was trying to listen as I was fighting with my Wi-Fi. So from what I was hearing, really, I have to apologize because, I can't stand when this happens to me. But
you want to read it?
I know.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to ask everybody else to give a comment because right now I just want to read it really quick before I, make my comment. So I'm going to start. Yeah, go ahead, Sid.
I was going to go ahead and direct traffic on that rack over.
Oh, go ahead. Okay.
I was kind of egging you on to do that anyway. That's why I kind of said life's like a box of chocolates, especially since he mentioned he didn't pick right to the movie quote. But, I could relate it to that in the sense of, you never know what you're going to get. And, you're talking about the battle and I hear uncertainty in this, and going into something with your eyes open, and then kind of finding an answer, and not necessarily being happy with what went on, but being happy that you at least are figuring things out, and things are progressing. I mean, it's said in a beautiful way, but it's said, also very open-ended. So, you could interpret this several different ways, I think. But, ultimately it's almost like, and I'll use your boat, the nautical idea is, steering through stormy waters and avoiding, the pitfalls and everything, and trying to get to where it is that you're headed without crashing. I thought it was beautiful.
Thank you, my friend. It's another quest on the journey that all of us take.
Yeah, that is. It's a ride. You buckle in and you go for it. And how you wrote it and read it was awesome, Randall. Nice to hear you again, man. It's been a long time.
Thank you, brother. It's good to hear from you, too.
And Boo. You're it.
Sorry, yeah. I love this poem. I already nominated it. So it's so many things, actually. The lessons gleaned, really a step onward towards wider awakening and brighter surroundings. Like he knows good things are coming, and to enjoy those moments that you get in life that are sometimes fading, and also the acceptance of knowing that sometimes moving forward you're going to grow. And I know how you feel about children, how much it means to you and everything that goes on with them that's not right. So you're standing up for them. I love where dreams become vehicles of artwork cruising through kindred souls, paintbrushes of energy. Like, it's just so cosmic and otherworldly, I think. And to not give in to the shadows and the darkness, because good things are coming if you just hold on long enough and believe. And that's like what you do. I think every day you're inspiring and to me anyway, and uplifting and positive, which more people need to be. And then let us stand, like you always say, take it back, stand for something, because a lot of people don't stand for shit. And you do. And then the ending is like, he's the kingdom given to a mortal man. Like, that's what you always say. I'm just a regular man, just a regular person. But those are the people that you always say, if the crazy ones think they can change the world, they actually do. So I believe that too. So it's just a moving, beautiful poem all around. I hope you do a soundtrack for it.
Thank you so much, Sarah. If you can't take the kingdom back inside of us, we'll never be able to take it back outside of us.
Okay, I can actually comment now. Yeah, I can actually comment now. So I get the the uncertainty of things, and kind of like Brack said, the life is like a box of chocolates statement. But I'm also getting like that loss of innocence almost that we have as adults. We kind of become more greedy. Like children, they're so open to everything, and they're innocent, and they accept everything, just as it is, where as adults we kind of see things more dark and more cynical. We become more cynical, and that kind of makes us lose a lot. You know what I mean? And children just are so innocent, and that I think is what I kind of got. With the instead let us stand for every child's righteous future, complete with broken hearts and bent knees. Like, we want to protect that innocence that we no longer have anymore. Let's give them what we don't have, because we keep destroying everything. They're going to end up with nothing because, God knows that we've done more destruction than anything good as we get older. But yeah, that's what I kind of, I was getting that kind of feel out of it. It's just an awesome poem all the way around. And you always write, the most amazing stuff, and it's great to hear from you, Randall. We all missed you.
Well, thank you, dear. You know, you mentioned something that is quite powerful, at dealing with children. And somehow, where along the line, as we grew up, conditioning, we lost that. And it would seem to me that might be the place to start to get back to that. That opens up the awe of what this is around us, and not be clouded by the darkness, right? What did Christ say? Spare not the children to come unto me, for theirs is the kingdom. For if one wants to enter, one must become like the child. Sounds like the path outward is a journey back inward to have an attitude of gratitude for what you have. What's that saying? Happiness isn't having what you want; it's wanting what you have.
Right.
Exactly.
That is true. That's true.
Yeah, I like that. What did you say? Happiness and gratitude as well. I like that.
Happiness isn't having what you want; it's wanting what you have.
That's true. Won't not.
True.
Definitely. Very, very true.
Lizzie, I ain't got to comment yet.
Thank you, guys.
What happened, Wayne?
Wayne needs to comment?
Yeah. I'm going to comment. I said, the kingdom of mortal man has been under siege, but it's not the time to surrender, but to stand and lead our children in the right direction away from the dark plague that has been cast upon us. For our victory is assured as long as we stay on the path. Beautiful poem with a message of all free and independent men should read. Carry on, Randall. The world needs you. Great job with the poem.
Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. That's right. If we don't stand for what's being taken away from us, we leave no legacy for the generations to come after us, which is kind of the point of us being here, right? So, when the tyranny comes, you stand and take it back. And when people and powers are infringing on your God-given freedom, it's time to take a stand. Many do it in violence. But the real weapon are the broken tears and bent knees. For the devil thought he had me when I was on my knees until he heard the words, Amen. And then he trembled. Yeah. Thank you, Wayne.
Yes.
You're welcome. Let the children know what's going on.
Yeah.
Right.
Because even a one-eyed man is king in a world of the blind.
It's true.
Right. It's very true. That is very true. Sinister, did you comment?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
That was a yes.
Okay. I didn't really hear what he said. And you, Boo, you commented, right?
Yeah, everybody did.
Yeah, we all did.
Okay.
We all did. I had a mouthful of food I couldn't answer you. Sorry.
That's okay. I hope it wasn't peanut butter, because then you need a whole gallon of milk. I love that commercial with the peanut butter and the guy's trying to talk and he has no milk. I think that's awesome. Alrighty. Well, that was an awesome poem, Randall. I'm glad that you brought it.
No, thank you so much. My pleasure.
It's one of those inspiring poems that I think we all need to read and put into practice, kind of. So that's an awesome thing.
Yeah. Well, it's always about the aspects, never by the words.
Yes. Okay. I'm putting mine up, and the quote I took was life is like a banquet and most people are starving. I thought that was a pretty awesome quote. So this is called, and I did do this, like I said, at 8:15 tonight, so I'm not too sure how it came out. But this is called Starving at a Banquet. Halls draped in collages framed, scent of fresh floral cuts fill the senses. Sounds of joy echo through every room. Picket fences caging Stepford wives, husbands with empty smiles sit with glowing screens that melt the core of their existence. Existing, not living. Unhappy wife afraid to speak, children that do as they are told for the sake of keeping appearances in their fistful. Starving at a table with royal crown plates, in silence they sit in proper display. A picture-perfect family with no qualms or hate, dressing in perfect attire, wearing their finest masks to shroud reality from the world. Starving they sit with silent smiles as the neighbors fight through the night. And poem.
Sinister.
Did I leave everybody silent?
Yeah.
You did. Yeah, you did.
You made us speechless.
I'm a douche. I'm talking on mute again. Sorry. Not my night. Starving at a Banquet. The title puts you up for the story, and you break it down beautifully, verse by verse. It's a great poem. Thank you. Rack, what do you think?
I think Lizzie's head's a hard place to be. The idea itself is simple enough, but you kind of present it a little more complex. Not that you're confusing the issue, but I don't know. It's to me, yeah. You're giving me more to think about. The statement is like there's food all around you, but you're not eating nothing. You're still starving, but I don't know. I don't know how to put it. I love the way you write, and I think you more confused me than anything, and you got my brain spinning. Sin, here's your joint back.
Dude, tell you, it'll cripple the mind. Y'all got contact high. You're all in.
Randall has the good stuff. Randall needs to bust it out.
How about Wayne? Wayne, what do you think, buddy?
Well, I said it was this is a wonderful poem about living in the cookie-cutter lifestyle and not trying to notice the real world outside your door. Sitting at a table with nourishment not fit to digest. You have to open your eyes and see what's really happening, or sit there and starve. This is a deep, deep poem. I really enjoyed it a lot, and I like the meaning behind it. Great job, Liz.
Thank you.
Right on. And Randall still with us?
Reminds me of a song by band Temple of the Dog called Hunger Strike. I don't know if any of you are familiar with it, but it's when there's such an abundance. Yeah, it's when there's such an abundance, but everything's a facade. And while what's going on is the real world and the neighbors next door, and you avoid that one here. The Stepford Wives is an interesting line to step this up, because the Stepford Wives were androids to please the husband, to please the family, and on a one-dimensional basis, and showing how fake things are. And I know many families that grew up like this. Children were seen not to be heard. You put on your best, you did this, you did that, and you went through a vain motion to keep peace while everyone simmered below the lids of their facades. which breeds a tremendous amount of hypocrisy, when they all should be probably acting a little more like their neighbors to get that shit out on the table and be done with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, quite a descriptive piece, dear. Well done.
Thank you. And you hit it right on the nose.
Mm-hmm. But the badass song to back it up, I'm feeling hungry. Yeah. I know. We play that song now. If I had control of the studio, you'd all be screwed. Music.
Yeah. That's what happens at a table like this. You end up leaving hungry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. This
yeah,
is I think this is all about the facade. You know, the facade that we put on, like they got the flowers and the joy echoing, but they're really like full of shit, totally fake. Picket fences that people think, you know, you don't know what goes on behind there, and usually it's just like you said, all a facade. It's all fake. No one's genuine. No one's real. No one even knows each other. They're just going through the motions. Unhappy wife, afraid to speak. Children that do not, as they're told, you know, but from the outside they look good, or you know, they're the ones that are out at the restaurant eating, and one's on the tablet, one's on the phone, one's on the computer. They're not even talking. They're not bonded. They don't know each other. And you're sitting there. It's like you're screaming and no one's listening. You're starving, and you have a full buffet, but yet you're still starving because you're empty. You're not getting what you need to get, and you're not going to say anything about it. You just accept it, and then you slowly die, slowly wither away, and nobody wants to mention it. It's just the elephant in the room that no one brings up. And then you just wonder what the fuck happened to your life. And then you're at this point, now it's too late. And then they stay because they're just used to it. It's a habit. They don't know any better. They don't think they can get any better. And people just stay in this shit for 30 years, you know? And there's a lot of robots out there like this. And that's not love. So, good job, Lizzie. I told you it would be good, even though you just wrote it.
Thank you. And let's say hi to Sour. Sour's here.
Hello, I was listening. Hello, everyone. Hi. Can I? Hello, Pooh and Randall, for a long time no seen, and Sinister. I don't know who's there. Raconteur. Sinister Wayne. I don't know who else, but that's what I heard. Can I comment, please?
Of course.
Yeah.
The line that really moved me deeply is the one about picket fences caging step-forward wives, husband with empty smiles, sit with glowing screen that melts the core of their existence. No, where's the wives that are scared? I can find it now, of course. 1 second. Oh, existing, not living. That's really powerful. There's a difference between existing and living. You just nailed it there. An unhappy wife afraid to speak. Children that do as they are told for the sake of keeping appearance in their fish. The one that really moved me is the unhappy wife afraid to speak. That's kind of sad and scary that they're afraid to, maybe there's violence, there's abuse. I'm not sure where you're going with this, or to keep the facade because sometimes people think for their own children, but those lines are very powerful. You really nailed it. Beautiful. I agree with everyone on the comment. Amazing, Lizzie. This is gonna go to the front page. Maybe it would be disliked. Maybe it would be disliked. So it won't go. I don't know. But I will.
Well,
try.
thank you, Sarah.
My pleasure. And I have to say, your profile picture is just gorgeous. Blonde suits you.
Oh, thank you.
The blonde. My pleasure.
Thank you. Yeah, the fear of the wife is not. I wasn't going for like a violent household, but just like some people, and I know because I have a friend like this, but like the idea of what would people think if I argued with my husband or I wanted to divorce my husband. Oh my God. People would look at me and be like, oh my God, you're getting a divorce. And I'm like, This is not 1940. You know what I'm saying? We live in now 2022. Divorce is like the common thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you don't have to stay, and it doesn't matter what other people think. What matters is what you think and how you feel. You know, but yeah, she stood with this man who cheated on her multiple amounts of times, and you know, she just doesn't want to leave because what would people think? And her child, she has one child, and he's 20-some-odd years old with a kid of his own. So it's not because of the child; it's just because she's afraid of what other people will think if she gets divorced. And like I said, I come from a family that, you know, strongly believes in divorce. I mean, no one stays married for more than 5 years in my family. That is the cutoff point for anybody in my family. Other than the older ones, like the older ones, like my grandparents and stuff, they believed in staying married to death do you part. But everyone else, 5 years. It's like a give me. Like if you get married, we're basically planning your divorce in 5 years because no one stays married for more than that time. You know, no one cares what anybody else thinks. If they're not happy, they're not happy. You know what I mean? And that's just the way it goes. So, like I told her, you don't have to be afraid of what people think because it's what you feel. And, you know, if you need anybody to support you in divorce, hey, you come over, I'll bring my family, they'll cheer you on. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. Well, I think people give up too really easy, too. They walk away too easy.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
true.
I was going to say that. That's true.
Yeah, that is true. You know, nobody wants to work at it, especially nowadays. Like, nobody wants to work at, you know, it's like, no, that's it. I'm done. You know, what did he do? He came in 2 minutes late today. I can't handle this. You know what I mean? So that is true. Mm-hmm. But in her case, he's cheated on her, and not even like, I mean, he's cheated on her with prostitutes. So you go figure. I'm sorry, but I'd be out. You know what I mean? But she stayed, you know, because it's what would people think. And I'm like,
then don't
you're going to live with this smile. Yeah, you know, you're over here holding his hand and with a big smile and everything looks perfect, but, you know, it's not. And that's what I was trying to go for, was the idea that, you know, these people that walk around with this perfect, you know, my children are perfect, I'm perfect, my husband's perfect. And meanwhile, their life sucks. You know what I mean? Yeah, and that was my aim when I was writing it. Right, so I didn't mean to confuse you, Rack. I'm sorry.
You nailed it. You did a good job.
Thank you.
Don't
I
try him out of that
Rack. I don't know. Poor Rack was confused.
Rack's always confused, so that's okay.
We accept your confusion.
That's part of his appeal.
That's so funny. All right, Boo. You want to put your phone up?
I sent it to you, I think. I can put it up.
You sent it to me on my phone. I can't copy and paste them with my phone.
Oh, I forgot about your phone. Yeah, okay, sorry.
Yeah, my phone. My Apple does not like copying and pasting. Let me just tell you.
And there's Silky on the board. Hi, Silk. Guess he's going to call in a little bit.
Hey, Silk.
Okay, so, there we go. Oops. Okay. Okay, this.
Hello? She dropped?
Yeah, I don't know. She dropped. She died out. I don't know what happened.
They're scrambling for links.
Oh boy!
She put it there. She put it there. She just dropped.
Yeah, she put it there. I don't hear her anymore.
You might say that's a good thing.
Boo. Maybe she's on mute.
Boo. I don't know. Boo. I don't know. Maybe she got busy for a second. So, you know what, Sarah? You want me to play your SoundCloud?
Yes, please.
Or did you?
I'm tired.
Yeah,
You came from work, and if you have it, it would be great. I want to Do you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or I can read it. That's fine. I can read it if you don't see
no,
it.
I have
because you're doing things.
No, I have
your
it.
phone. Okay, do you want me to
No,
put
I
the
have
poem
it because
from
I have it under. Nope, I got your poem
Oh,
up, and then I got to just pull up the sound file. All I got to do is pull up the sound file.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. I thought you didn't know how to do it because of your phone. I was confused. Sorry.
No. I'm on my laptop, but.
Lizzie works the studio.
I know. I thought she said her phone not working. I was confused.
No, my phone. Like if you send me something on my phone to copy and paste, I can't do it. But if I'm on my laptop right now, so I can do that.
I'm slow today.
Okay,
sorry, just came from work. Sorry. Well,
that's okay. I'm really out of it today too. So no, I'm very disorganized today. But I'm getting this. Okay, so I have.
I wanted to. Je voulais. I wanted to be close to him. Let him watch over me. Let him know the song of my heart. I did not want to be a shadow, his life. I did not want my desires to become thin air. Instead, he frightened me with his violence, and often to escape, my childhood came back to me, where my name was born, where my brothers and sisters invented games, where from the hill I saw the waves of the sea dancing, when lying on my back, contemplating the full moon. Years went by, and now alone I'm far away. It's a strange feeling. I breathe easy with complete safety. An assurance has awakened dreams, dwelling in true.
No.
Okay.
That's okay.
It was maybe, I wanted, right? That's the point.
I don't know. Maybe I messed up my poem. I don't know.
Yeah, because the one that.
Yeah. I'm so bad. I'm really tired. I don't know what's
that's
happening.
The one
I'm reading.
That's the one that sent me sour.
I'm so sorry. I think you did the right one. I'm really sorry. I don't know. I feel like it's not following the words. I was confused for a second. Maybe because I started in the middle. My poem. I couldn't find my poem. Sorry. I was confused. My own poem I don't recognize. Oh my goodness.
I'm like, that's the one you sent me, Sour. I don't know.
I'm so sorry. I think it's the right one. I don't know what I did mess up in. Yeah. I'm so
hold on. Boo, can you hear us now?
Yay, Boo.
Boo.
Yeah, I hear you. Sorry, I don't know. I was reading it. I don't know. I'm sorry.
No, we could not hear. Yeah, we could not hear you at all. We're like, boo.
I know.
Boo,
I pressed the button with my ear. I'm so sorry.
She was eating peanut butter. She was
reading away. I go, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Boo, you have to have the milk. I go, you have to have the milk, Boo.
I was thinking, wow, they're really quiet. Like.
That's so funny.
Oh my God! All right, so we were doing Sour's poem, but apparently it was not the right poem.
No, I think it might be the right poem, and it's me who messed up. I'm so sorry. I'm so embarrassed. I'm not focused. I'm sorry. 9 hours on my feet.
I do it all the time, so don't worry about it. I do it all the time.
I can go if you want.
Thank you, Wayne. Thank you, Wayne.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go to Boo.
She just wants extra airtime. She just wants extra airtime. She wants you to play it again.
Oh gosh, no way! I would never do that.
Yeah.
Hey, we know. We're only kidding, Sour. All right. So
I know. I know he's kidding, and I want to get him back because he's mean.
All right. So we're gonna have Boo read her poem without being on mute, Boo. And then we'll go back and listen to Sour's because Sour was a little confused. Okay, that's where we're going right now.
I think I read it. I make my life, make your life easier, my life easier. That's fine. Go ahead.
Okay, so we're gonna let Boo read hers. No pushing buttons, Boo. There you go. All right. You ready, Boo Boo?
She told you not to be on mute.
Boo, no way. Oh, goodness.
You can't hear me?
No, it says you ladies to a corner.
Okay, now we hear you.
Okay. I don't know what the hell's up with my phone. It's a new phone. My 30th phone. Okay. Destroy with all the strength held these antique walls that constitute my body with excruciating tenderness amongst starving limbs. I hear the sound of prayers from your mouth. Please just tear my walls down. Undo me and I will be dedicated. Dismantle me and I'll be yours. Let me fall in pieces. I was unprepared for the downfall. Allow the slow burn on autumn morning, unraveled in a storm of raging thunders. Save me from a liturgy of pain. Sacred winds on November nights rattle bones chilled to the marrow. Watch it fold caught in cathedrals. The power of ossified faithful, whose whispered prayers will calcify us all. Unveiled the world is bones without a soul, rattling as it grinds, creaking as it turns. Moral decay and calcium collects in urns. We were two life rafts in the open ocean. It's weird to be on land now, isn't it? Both miss the motion of the water. What does that say about us? Genuflect upon his divine altar, travel freely to wider awakenings. Recall how, on the most frigid nights, the warmest feeling I've ever known. Amen. And poem.
Oh, that was really cool. I like the you did it like a prayer, like you were doing a really sincere, deep prayer. I really enjoyed the please just tear my walls down, undo me and I'll be dedicated, dismantle me and I'll be yours. To break down somebody's walls and let yourself be open to anyone is a true dedication. I it's hard for us to ever truly let down all our walls. We normally have at least, even if it's a thin barrier, we walk around with it because we're afraid of letting anyone get that close, because we're afraid of that pain, that hurt that's going to be caused on us. And so I like how you wrote that and you brought that out in there, because you're showing that, you break down my walls and I will definitely, I'm fully dedicated in that statement. So I really do appreciate those lines. I like we are both two life rafts in the ocean, in the open ocean. It's weird to be on land, isn't it? Both miss the motion of the waves. What does that say about us? I like that because being two life rafts, being two people that needed to save each other is what I'm getting out of that. And now you're on land. There's no need to, stay afloat or, save each other, I guess, in its own way. And it's just really well written. And I really, the genuflect upon his divine altar. Like, this is a really awesome poem. And you always write at the last minute, which I find amazing, because you do the most amazing poems in like 15 minutes time. Like I got to give you a standing ovation for it. So this is really awesome, Boo. This is a great piece. It really is. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sinister, you're welcome. Sinister, what'd you think of that?
I think you got low, so I'm still on his chin there. Oh man, that was great. Sorry, your commentary told me just threw me off, and I forgot what we were doing.
Well, it doesn't help that 30 minutes from now it'll be a completely different poem anyway, Sin.
Yeah.
Because Boo will go in and edit it and change every other word. So
yeah, very very true.
I'm gonna say it was a strong outing. I enjoyed listening to it. I didn't read it long. I just listened. My new headphones.
Thank you.
Randall, what did you think?
The heartbreak was like a death, and we hide the memories of the joy we had in it behind the walls in a mausoleum, and they do calcify. And yet we long for the breaking of those walls to be down again, to enjoy what we had, whether with someone else as we've grown closer to understanding what this is about. I agree about wearing the heart on a sleeve. Nevertheless, it can't hide behind walls either. It's part of an illness or dis-ease, which was where we were get the word disease from, that we refer to as sickness. And it's a journey to come back whole again, where the walls are broken down and all the parts of our self are equal, and they balance out to a zero. And that's where it's becoming whole, and that's where the journey's at here. But we can't go through the aspects of love or any of the other emotions that affect our lives and hide them behind the walls. And so many do. Once they've been jaded enough times, it's hard to break those down, and yet we yearn for them to be broken down. What's that old thing? Better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. Love is a powerful force. So it's hard to be caged, especially in a mausoleum. That's where the walking dead are. And what's the point of life if you can't experience? An incredibly articulated poem. Well done, Boo.
Thanks, Randall.
Awesome comment. Raconteur.
Yeah, I really like this. It feels like, you're talking about getting to know one another, breaking down your walls, and I guess understanding you. The set in the ocean and the tumultuousness of the waves and everything, and being on the life raft, is pardon the pun, a real depth to it. I really like. The setting change kind of elevates the mood a little. Anyway, and then the fact that you then beach it and say, it feels weird to be on dry land, is like, you came almost saying weather the storm without mentioning the storm even, because that would have made the poem 18 lines longer or however much. So I like the way that you compacted it, because it almost implies it without saying anything, and it doesn't have to be integral to the story anyway, but you could read into it if you really want to. So it's very layered, and it speaks a lot to the depth of emotion that you're talking about, and to me the whole thing was beautiful from beginning to end.
Awesome comment.
Thanks, Rack. Thank you.
Let us welcome Stephen. Hey, Stephen.
Hello.
Hey, Steve.
And Dorian.
Sarah, what did you think of?
Yeah, I was saying hello, Stephen, too. Sorry, I was on mute. I love this poem, even though it's kind of full of emotion. There's sadness in it, even from the title, from the beginning, genuflect to regret. And the first word is destroy. With all the string held, these empty chords. It's not in a negative. This one is not destroying, really. It's to destroy the wall, this obstacle almost between. And there's so many beautiful lines, Boo. You really put all your emotion in there, with creating tenderness among starving limbs. It's lamenting. I heard no sound of prayer from your mouth. How this is really powerful and sad. Please just steer me on all. It's lamenting. It's just like a plea almost to be heard. And then at the end, the questions really make you think. We were two life rafts. I like what Raconteur said. In the open ocean, it's weird to be on land, isn't it? Both missed the motion of the waves. What does it? Almost like there was something turbulence that brought you, maybe brought you more together, and now land is not the same. It's different, and just want this awakening and warm feeling again. It's really hard, beautiful book, but so sad. Amazing. That's another one on the front page. Clicking tonight.
Yep, click.
Thank you.
Until I get kicked out.
Wayne. Wayne, what did you think of Bruce? Oh.
Well, this poem was disastrous for me. I first knocked my barrel over, got my keyboard. I reached to pick it up, and I dropped the bottle again, and it spilled all my paperwork. Then I picked the keyboard up, turned it upside down, and put it all in my lap. And as I reached for a paper towel, I knocked the saws off in the floor. So I finally got my keyboard working. So the poem was great. It reminded me of the church. I feel like the church now. I need to be tore down. It was a good read, and I enjoyed it, but I didn't get to hear much of it because I was fighting all the other disasters. Great job, everybody.
That's okay. Thank you.
He had his own disasters to deal with.
Yeah.
Stephen, I don't know if you got to hear Bruce's poem.
I did not. I popped in after. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
No, that's okay. Not a problem. Okay, so Stephen's got to read and run, so we're going to put Stephen up right now. Do you want to read it? Do you want me to play your SoundCloud? What would you like?
Yeah, well, you know what? If you got the SoundCloud in there, go ahead and play that because that way if my tongue gets tied, I don't have to worry about it.
Okay. All right, so I got you on the board, and I am going to play your SoundCloud.
Norman is dead, my friend. You can call me Norma, by Stephen76. Stolen greenbacks are hidden away in the trunk, fleeing down coastline before freedom is sunk. Glowing vacancy listed upon roadside motel, watched from window through unburied, burning-eyed hell. Through matriarchal rage of stuffed feathered fowl, peepholes drilled with lurking wolfman howl, tottering affability cloaked of daggered dissection, drawn into captivating maidenly possession. Crustless sandwiches and warm glassed milk, a touch of a hand sparking sentiment of silk, crossed cortex wiring from motherly abuse, back from the barrel putting offspring to use. Showered steam alluring nudity increases her rage, twitching confusion and organ playing on different page, blade sliced through curtain and screams of her pain, as scarlet bodily fluids burrow down bathtub drain. End poem.
That was awesome. I think Psycho is one of my favorite movies, especially the original one. I liked all the other ones, but the first one was just holds a very special part in my heart. I think this is really an awesome piece. I like the way you just kind of broke down the whole mental thing, the whole psychosis that was going on with Norman, pretending to be his mother, and it was just, you did an awesome job bringing this, and I love the ending, obviously, because the shower scene, I think, is everybody's favorite. And of course, when he does mother, there's blood mother, Yeah. So I think he did an awesome job bringing that whole psychosis that was going on with Norman in his mind, pretending to be his mother. You did an awesome job bringing this, Stephen. Awesome read, awesome SoundCloud, just awesome all around. Sinister.
I don't know why, but I'm going to sing it. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't.
I think it's appropriate when it comes to Norman.
No, we don't.
I think that's appropriate when we're talking about Norman Bates. Yeah.
Shower curtains.
Boo, what did you... Yeah, exactly. Boo, what did you think?
That whole movie was really so trippy out. It's just and then he's kind of put Psycho and put a modern twist on it, I think. Stolen greenbacks hidden away in the trunk, the slang. I like to use that. The vacancy of the motel is pretty cool. and then the rage, the whole movie that you got, the like, you know, the intensity of it, and the darkness of it, and, you know, just think about, really, it's just sick, really twisted, the whole movie concept, and crustless sandwiches and warm milk, a touch of a hand sparkling. You know, he was so babied and so coddled, just like obsessed with it. This whole thing is, and then into the ending, scarlet bodily fluids burrow down bathtub drain. That's like probably the most memorable scary movie ever seen in a movie. I think iconic, and you got it really well. You nailed it. And then Mother, I like the quotes you used, blood. You know, the whole thing is just twisted, and you got it. You nailed the twistedness of it all, and very poetically. You did a good job. I like the title too.
Woman was the perfect example of what happens when your mother is just overly protective and on you.
Yes, it's sad.
It's very sad, but that's what Woman was. Oh, God. Wayne, what did you think?
Well, I said, oh, my God, you write about Norma so well. I like the slicing of the curtain in Mother. Your mom won't be so proud of you in the morning. There's craziness, rage, and abuse in this poem, as well as bloodletting in the tub. You are a psycho person there, Steve. I enjoyed the poem.
Oh, God. That was funny. Oh, God. Salwa, what did you think? I know how much you just love these kinds of movies.
Yeah. Yes, I did not see this film, and I'm glad I didn't. That's the first part. And then, really, it's hard for me to understand it, but I see so much here, especially like motherly abuse and marriage, rage. That's what I see here. But you brought screaming from pain. It looks like a really scary movie from what I read. But your imagery and verb is really amazing. As Boo said, you brought the twistiness of this movie, which I don't, but from what I heard, kind of get an idea what it is about. So thank you. Now I know I'm going to put it into my blacklist movies.
Oh, come on, Sarah. You have to come over. No. We'll sit down. I'll pop some popcorn. We'll put Psycho on. The black and white movies. The graphicness is not as bad as the new one. I'll even give you a comfy blanket. Let the dogs lay on top of you. You'll feel safe.
It's so funny. My God. I'll open the door and run. You'll never see me again.
Oh, God, that's funny. Randall, what did you think?
Well, Norman is definitely the product of unbalanced childhood, and I thought Stephen captured the psychosis of that unbalance quite well. Well done, Stephen.
Yeah.
Thank you, Randall.
Awesome comment.
Whole new meaning to mom and boy.
Yeah. Jackie, what do you think?
Jackie,
oh man, it makes you crying for your mommy. It gives a whole new meaning to that. I think. I mean, it's probably one of the best known horror movies out there. You did a great job personifying it. The literal psychosis of it. I really love it, Stephen.
Thank you, Rick.
Awesome comment. Really awesome poem, Stephen, really. You have any shows you want to pimp out there? Going on a
our
life of life.
Our next show is actually tomorrow night. It's Sky's show she's hosting. It's Storyboards with S. Darkholm, and she's featuring quotes from the movies Pete's Dragon, both the 1970s version and the 2000s version.
Is it
and that's
scary?
at 8 p.m.
Oh, cool.
No, Pete Brendan. No.
Okay.
Disney.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's a Disney movie. You're good. You're safe.
Sorry.
You're safe. You're okay. Don't worry.
Okay. It's embarrassing. I'm sorry.
Monday you're doing Watch for Your Shadows, right? What's going on Watch for Your Shadows?
Okay, yeah, I know you said you liked that one. Yeah, Mortuary of Shadows, Monday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Dark Native American legends. I have 7 of them that I found. Very interesting, ranging from the Wendigo to the Skinwalker, to the Ghost Witch.
Yeah.
There's quite a few to check out over there on the topic folder.
Yeah, he got some good ones out there.
We were talking about peyote earlier.
Yeah, we're talking about peyote, but I don't think there's peyote folklore out there. So maybe if you smoke it, you might see one. I don't.
Yeah.
I love that topic. I thought it was a great topic. I was like, yep, reserve. I'll be there. Gotta wait for it.
Twisted and screwed up, she was all over it.
Yeah, I'm all over it. You know me. It's twisted. I gotta be there.
Oh my goodness.
Awesome.
And I don't get to be there.
That's the one that she won't be at, but she'll be at the one for tomorrow.
He knows. Oh, that's funny.
That's great. Hey, Sawa, you want to give your poem another shot?
Let me read it because I think I know what happened. I think I changed it because no one understood it. Some people did understand it, but then I didn't change the SoundCloud, so that's why I was not matching the words. That's what happened.
Oh, okay.
So let me read it, even though it's kind of horrible, but okay. Okay. I wanted, je voulais, I'm going to start with the French and close with the English. Je voulais que je sois proche de lui, qu'il veille sur moi, qu'il connaisse la chanson de mon cœur. Je ne voulais pas être une ombre dans sa vie. Je ne voulais pas que mes désirs s'évanouissent. Au lieu de tout cela, il me faisait peur avec sa violence. Et souvent, pour m'évader, mon enfance me revenait. Où mon nom est né, où mes frères et sœurs inventaient des jeux. De la colline, je voyais les vagues de la mer danser. Couché sur mon dos, contemplant la pleine lune. Des années ont passé, et maintenant seul et loin. C'est un sentiment étrange, et je respire facilement, avec complète sécurité. L'assurance a éveillé des rêves qui résident dans une vraie liberté illimitée. Dorénavant, dans mon sommeil, je vois des vues splendides, des couleurs riches et délicates, des places limpides que je n'ai jamais vues. Hors de mon contrôle, elle attire mon cœur et mon esprit. I wanted to be close to him. Let him watch over me. Let him know the song of my heart. I did not want to be shadow in his life. I did not want my desires to become thin air. Instead, he frightened me with his violence. And often to escape, my childhood came back to me, where my name was born, when my brothers and sisters invented games, where from the hill I saw the waves of the sea dancing, where lying on my back contemplating the full moon. And now alone and far away, it's a strange feeling, but I breathe easy with complete safety and assurance as awakened dreams, dwelling through unlimited freedom. Now in my sleep, I see splendid views, rich and delicate colors, clear places that I have never seen out of my control. They attract my heart and my mind. And the form.
You read it beautifully.
Thank you.
I like the I wanted to be close to him. Let him watch over me. Let him know the song of my heart. I did not want to be a shadow in his life. I did not want my desires to become thin air. Instead, he frightened me with his violence. And that right there is a very, I think, a really important line in this. When you want to be with someone. You want to be, equal to this person, and yet they're pushing you back, with violence, or however it is, whether it's physical or mental, emotional, whatever it is, they're pushing you down. They're holding you down from being that equal person in that relationship. And then you go on where, so my name was born when my brothers and sisters invented kids. Like, you go through this whole, when things were good and happy and all that, to end it with the you finally found that freedom that you wanted. You can now sleep in peace, and you can be, you see things in a different way because you're not being held back by this person. And I think that's an awesome, it's that, it's like that caged bird that finally found his way out. And I think it's an awesome poem because you always start off with, you might have these little heartbreak and painful poems, but you always end it on a happy note, that hopeful note, so it goes from dark to light, unlike mine that just go dark, but you go from that, light, that dark to light, and that's an awesome, thing. So this is an amazing poem, Sarah.
Thank you so
I
much.
I really enjoyed that.
Thank you, appreciate it.
And I hope I didn't butcher what the poem actually meant, but that's what I got out of it.
No, you did it. You did get it. No. You did get it. It's actually inspired by a movie out of the quotes of the story of mine, the poem. But I was inspired by the quotes of out of Africa. I love this movie. Amazing movie. Anyway.
Well, you did an awesome job.
Look forward to Steve and Stephen's show. Thank you. Excuse me? What were you saying? I hear something in the background. I'm not sure what it is. Out of Africa?
Yeah. So, okay.
It's a great movie.
I love that movie. Yeah,
I love it so much. I've seen it like 5 times at least, or 6.
What'd you think, Boo?
I love that movie too. I used to watch that movie with my mom a lot. She used to love Robert Redford, but
yeah, I love him.
Yeah, well, I won't. Remember that movie he did in Indecent Proposal? She'd always say, "Come on, do the math." Woody Harrelson or Robert Redford. There's no choice in there. There's no comparison there. But this is well, like you are like positive. I wanted to be close to him, let him watch over me. Like you want him to know that you're there. You want him to know that you exist. But he was violent. It looks like. And then your childhood often escaped. I know your childhood was so rough. I mean, rougher than anybody else could ever really handle. I don't know if you're talking about you or this person.
No, the other way. I escaped in my childhood good memories of my brothers and sister.
Yes.
When I
and
don't
your
speak
sisters,
well.
they're the ones that kept you going, right? They're the ones that kept you going.
Yeah.
Positive, right? Through the dark times. Yeah, and they were like your angels. And I don't know if now you feel safe because you're away from him, but you're probably still close to your siblings too, right? And they're the reason we're out of my control. It's out of your control because there's nothing you can do about it now except, like I think, move on and go forward and just remember the good and forget the bad. Because otherwise, you listen to that, you're never going to get out of your head and out of the sadness, I think. And beautiful colors, delicate colors. Yeah, and I think this says a lot really about sibling love and family too. Because I have 5 myself, and I wouldn't have been able to make without them either, even though they annoyed the shit out of me sometimes. Great job, Bella.
Thank you so much, Bill.
Yes, I have no sisters and brothers. I'm an only child, so I don't have any of that. But
you have sisters not in blood and brothers here.
Yes, I have sisters in blood. I have plenty of sisters that are not in blood, and but biological, no, I don't have any.
I adopt you like a sister. I adopt you like a sister.
I won't steal your clothes. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, you, Boo, you guys are my sisters. Sometimes water is stronger than blood. I don't care what anybody says.
There you go.
It's true.
Rack, what did you think?
I think tequila is stronger than blood. I enjoyed the piece, Sala. The idea of when you're talking about a relationship, there's a lot of expressions people use for their other half, and at the end of the day, sometimes it's not so much what the person brings out in you. It's how they try and mold you into what they want, the idea of what they want. They love you for, but more as a possession than a person, and they don't see you as having value when they try and say, or change how you are and how you act. And, you're to me, this is like, you're kind of fighting that. And you're hanging on to the good memories and trying not to think of, the bad things that are happening, and until you can finally get away from that and find the peace that you once knew, without that outside influence, and you can finally, just relax and go back to the way you feel things should be. It's really very emotional.
Thank you so much.
Sinister, what did you think? Excuse me.
Hello?
You may be on mute.
Sin fell asleep.
He said he'd take care of one of the kids. He said he'd take care of one of the kids. Well, I think let me get right where my comment was. I think this man in this poem was not the man for you. That's why I like I'm glad you escaped the horrible situation you was in, and I'm glad you escaped the horror. And your family is important to you, and your siblings are important to you, and your childhood is important to you. And I hope your dreams continue to have splendid colors, splendid views with bright colors, bright and delicate colors. And I hope the next love you have is true to your spirit. Great job.
Thank you so much, Wayne. Appreciate it.
Amen to that, Wayne. Awesome comment. And let us welcome Laughing Soul. Hey, Soul.
Hey, G.
Hey, hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, I'm still waking up. Shit.
I'm jealous.
Sorry.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous. I want good morning. Just kidding. I'm jealous in a good way.
Oh,
Salva.
we're all over here stretching and getting ready for bed, and you're over here waking up. That's great.
I've been listening to you guys, and I'm like, they're already drunk for the weekend, I'm waking up to this. You're lazy out, nobody can stay sane.
Did you get to hear that phone?
And it's such a contrast of the constant war between the heart and the circumstances one actually faces. What we think when we dive into the ocean of love, and not necessary that we would find pearls. Sometimes it's just that we come up empty-handed. And but again, it's better than to be alone than be in an abusive relationship. And that's what I think that somewhere I give a lot of credit to media with all these quotes on self-love and self-respect and empowerment. Especially empowering women all around the globe. The message that be independent, find your voice, and don't be afraid to move on. And Salva, keep dreaming, my butterfly, and through your words, even we shall. And like Boo said, in your the comment on your poem, she mentioned that you are the queen of gravity. So. No. Gravity, like gravity. She's another typo errorist. But somewhere this fits perfect, You pull all of us towards you with your, soulful words, my darling. Mwah. Love you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much. And all of you. Mwah. Love you. Love you.
Awesome. It was an awesome poem. Thank you. Hey,
thank you.
And on the previous one also, Salva.
Excuse me? I'm so tired. I worked like 9 hours today and a half. So I'm really exhausted. But I'm here.
Nice.
Yeah.
You would miss my laugh, Salva. That's why you're here.
Yes, that's energizing. And all this energy around me, yes. It's true. It really
Where's
is.
Boo? Where's Boo?
Boo's here.
Maybe.
California.
Really? Rack.
That is true. She is in California. I think she might be on mute because I don't hear her, so she might just be on mute.
Is Wayne also here?
Wayne is here.
Wayne.
What? Yep, Wayne is here. We had Randall, but Randall had to go.
Sinister's here.
So, just left chilling now.
Hello, Sinister.
Yeah, so,
Sinister's here.
And Sinister's here.
Hey,
he's back.
Sorry,
he's back.
Well, I'm here now.
How many dogs do you have, Sin?
You can go on now. It's okay.
You've got my SoundCloud, right, Lizzie?
I have your SoundCloud.
Okay, darling.
I was going to ask
because
if
I'm
you wanted
like,
the SoundCloud or if you wanted to read it. Yeah, no.
Oh,
she has a
I'm so groggy right now. I can't read it.
Yeah, no, I always ask if people want their SoundCloud or if they want to read it, because sometimes they decide they want to read it. So I always ask before I hit the play button.
You please go ahead and play, otherwise it would sound like an erotica, and it's like such a staff poem.
Alrighty, well, we're going to play...
Wait a minute. Choices are erotica or what?
You shut up, nothing.
You don't say things like that around Rex.
Yeah, right.
All right. I'll go back in the corner.
Oh, God.
All right, so I'm going to play Bashing Souls audio, so here we go.
Splinters of Distorted Reflections, a poem by Laughing Soul. With his eyelashes flashing and mascara dripping, she oogled at the perfect reflection, thinking it's her. But all along what she saw was how the world perceived her, and over the years she forgot who was the girl in the mirror. For she was a mosaic of different roles, only a silhouette of her adopted character. And her heart ached to see the wildflower she once was, confined now to society's unrealistic norms. Time to break the glass and free the soul. Time to shatter the made-up flaws and believe you are whole, and believe you are whole. Thank
you. That was awesome. I'm all for dropping the norms that women are held to. You know, I like the with those eyelashes flashing and mascara dripping, she oogled at the perfect reflection, thinking it's her. You know, you look in the mirror and we want to be what everybody thinks we should be. You know, we should be thin, we should be this, we should be that. Our cheekbones should be so high, you know, our butt should be so big, our waistline should be, you know, oh so tiny. And, you know, it's terrible to have to live under that. You know, and it applies to men too, because, you know, everybody wants Brad Pitt or you know, God only knows, whoever. And so men feel the same stress that we do, but I think, we go, ours go further back, I guess. When you think about, how women have always been, looked at as less than men are, you captured, how those norms affect us in so many ways. How we look, how we act, how we're supposed to, feel or whatever. Those are all things that have been put on us through society and over time, and it's time that we have to break that. We have to shatter that, image, at the street, at the crossroads, and get rid of it. You know what I mean? So this is an awesome piece. So
thank you, darling.
Oh, you are very welcome. Sarah, what did you think?
It's so beautiful, really. You have an amazing pen. I love how, I don't know what augurs means, but she augured the perfect reflection, thinking it's her, I guess seeing, I'm assuming looking at, thinking it's her. It's like when someone, it's also manipulation, like of the mind, when people keep telling you be like this, you start believing that's who you really are, or you have to be like this. But all along what she saw was how the world perceived her, and she realized it's really not her. She even, she was a wild flower, but the norm made her something else, different role, different character. This is so true, really. I love that. I think this can apply to men as well, women, but women more than men, I have to say. And her heart ached to see the white side. She loved this one. She once was confined, not society and realistic norms, because they can be unrealistic. And it's sad. I mean, I've seen some people, I don't know, I'm sure all of you have seen this, the girl who made herself look like Barbie, and now they have the surgery who they cut their feet to make them really, it's just madness. And these poor girls have to, they really start believing that's the way you should be. Otherwise, you're not accepted. It's really horrible.
Exactly.
I have to give credit for my mother. Until today, I really rarely wear makeup because my mother would not allow us to do it. She just, this is not natural. This is not you, on occasion. But there's so many young, 10 and they're just full of makeup. It's so sad. It looks like a little doll. I'm sorry. I'm not saying don't wear makeup. I'm not saying don't wear makeup. That's beautiful. If you want to wear it, why not? But not to make little kids wear makeup. It's just, really makes me
I never wear makeup.
sad. Yeah. Time to break the glass and free the soul. Time to shatter the made-up flows and believe you are whole. Wow. This is another one going to go on the front page. I really love it. Truly. Amazing. Well done. As always.
Now that you were saying about the makeup, I think it's the Dominicans or the Colombians, one of them, that the wives, when they go to bed, will literally wake up 2 hours ahead of time to fix themselves up and go back to laying in bed so that their husbands don't see them looking bad.
Wow.
And I said, are you out of your mind? I am not getting up. Yes, I am not getting up 20 minutes before my husband because I want to look good. Honey, you married me for what I am. And when I wake up in the morning with my hair sticking up, you know what I'm saying? That's what you're going to get.
Just date a blind guy. Just date a blind guy.
He's going to be blind to my just natural beauty because when I wake up, my hair's sticking up and I'm all draggy, my eyeballs are now on my cheeks, whatever. That's what you're going to deal with, buddy. I'm not waking up 20 minutes ahead of time. Sleep is precious. This is true, Rack. This is true.
Oh my God.
Boo, what did you think?
You see, I found that quote and I said, oh my God, that describes it perfectly. Insecurity kills all that's beautiful, it says. And that's what, they do. And I always say, man, I'd much rather be a guy because guys just have it so much easier. Just wake up in the shower, go back out, they're done. That's it. I don't have to deal with all the other crap and the pressure and stress. And I just listen to my daughter and her friends. I just I'm just the whole way, the whole time they're driving in the car, I'm so fat, I'm so ugly, I'm this, I don't have a boyfriend, I'm nasty, I'm gross, I'm fat, I'm ugly. I mean, it's like, God, by the time I get to where they need to be, I'm exhausted because they just hate themselves so much. And the TV, the social media, the everything, you're never good enough, you're never good enough. I always tell her, you are good enough. If someone tells you you're not, it's the way the Lord made you, tell them to get the fuck out. You're perfect as you are. And I agree with Sal, those girls that do the beauty pageants, they look older than you do. That's pathetic too. I think of John Benet Ramsey, And
oh my God, yeah.
Look at girls, so bad.
Yeah, with the eyelashes dripping, like she said, and my daughter was trying to go out the other day, and she was wearing. I go, what the hell is that? And she's like, it's a dress. I'm like, no, that's lingerie, Kate. What the fuck are you? You're not going out like that. And she's like, well, I go, where did you buy it? She goes, where they sell the bras and underwear. I go, well, that means it's lingerie. Hell no. I mean, it's like, it's always you don't have to be sexy to be beautiful. You can be covered up and classy and beautiful. There's two kinds of girls, those you marry and those you fuck. You know what I mean? And throw away. But anyway, back to your poem. Time to break the glass and free the soul. There you go, to shatter the made-up flaws, make you whole. That's an awesome statement. That should be like a bumper sticker, Yes. The bad stuff is easier to believe than the good stuff, and that's bad because when somebody tells you you're awesome, you're like, what? It's much easier to believe the bad. We got to build each other up. Start with other women, treating other women with respect instead of bitchy all the time. You don't let me
just like what you do.
Great poem.
Thank you.
Yep.
A lot of celebrities go through this, and then you hear all these suicides, and they're drowning into alcoholism, and especially So insecurities can, either you have friends like Boo, who who show you the mirror and tell you like, fuck off, get your grip. I've got salva also.
I have to say, I mean, I love to dress up. Not like dress up, but I love it. Not for people, it's for me. I really enjoy it, but it's not for.
They say women dress for other women, not for men.
Exactly.
They dress for other women.
For other women to be not for men. You're right.
A queen adjusts another queen's crown. That's the way it goes.
Yep.
Yep, that's exactly it.
And if you don't have nothing to say, you don't got to say shit. You don't want to say. You don't like me, then you move along. Keep moving.
Yeah, true.
I see these girls and I'm like, my son is the best. He's going on 18 years old, and we were in the store.
What happened?
What happened?
Her internet died.
In the store,
She dropped?
Her internet died.
That was weird.
Yeah, she had a problem with her internet before.
Yeah.
She had a problem with her internet before.
All right, well, weird thing too. My daughter
start singing.
She'll fall back. Let me go look. My daughter, if she sees somebody she knows out, she freaks out. Oh my God, I know him. I'm like, so what? What are you kidding? Say hello. It's so weird,
yeah, right?
It's so weird. I don't get that either. Oh, let me go check the
studio.
Tonight, I gotta do it with me. I told you I'm gonna start singing.
Where's Razz? Razz's phone is broken. I know that. Sin, you want to say something sinister to G? You got a daughter.
I've said something like 5 times. You're not listening.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Girls are hot on this one. All right, I'm going to the studio. Let's see. Well, you're a teenage girl. I wouldn't want to grow up in today's world anyway. It would be too much. It's too much already. But okay, let's see. She's there.
What do you mean you don't want to grow up in today's world? You still are.
Well, yeah, I mean, but I'm saying, like, be a teenager, and all the crap that they go through, all the pressure, all the stress, it's just, they're almost born to feel never good enough.
You're still
I'm
done.
Hey, she's back. I knew
back.
it. I knew you were going to be back. I knew you were going to be back.
Yeah, Blonde Chick threw me out. I was literally, it just hung me up. I don't know. I didn't want to hear me no more, I guess. I don't know.
No. Your son was lurking in the doorway, and he pulled the Wi-Fi when he heard his name.
Hey, he's out cold right now. Little white hand. I've never seen that little white hand by the phone number.
Me neither. I don't know how he got that.
That's so cute.
Sin.
Who's 573?
That's Sinister.
Me?
That's Sinister. Yeah, the little hand that you have up.
I love fucking with you guys. It's just a hand raise.
You got a little white hand there. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, he says a hand raise. How did you get the hand raise?
I pressed
one. Yeah, how did you do that? Oh,
that's one.
Okay, let Sinister speak then. We'll shut up.
And then it puts you in queue. Talk about what?
You got your hand up, right?
No,
he's had his hand up.
I did that at the beginning of the
show. No, he's had his hand up.
Oh.
So he got into the show.
Okay,
he got his hand up.
Okay. He's like, if you hens will shut the hell up.
About to fall off.
No, he had his hand up when he got on the show. He wanted to make sure I saw him.
You're being
did everybody comment on Soul because I got, Blog Talk got tired of me and they threw me out, so I don't know what's going on.
No, we missed the end of the story and I didn't.
What?
I didn't comment, Wayne didn't comment, and we missed the end of your story.
Is Wayne still with us?
You're talking about your son in the store, in the mall?
Oh, yeah, no, I was saying that my son, we were in the store, and the girl literally had this thing, skirt on that was so short you could see her ass, okay, like the bottom of her butt cheeks. We're literally, like one step from just swapping out. And he looked at her, and he's like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, I don't know, that's sexy, don't you want her, And he's like, no, I don't want that. And I'm like, oh, thank God, you know what I'm saying? Told him, please, don't bring me that to the house, Yeah, I'm like, please don't bring me nothing like that to the house. I can deal with a lot of shit, but don't bring me some half-naked chick to my house. And I'm going to be like, no. I hope he's like his father. My husband, his mother, the first time she met me, she was like, you're the only woman he's ever brought home. Okay. Mind you, my husband was like 40. He was 40 when we met. Okay, and he had never brought a woman home until he brought me home. I was like, oh, there you go. I'm like 40 years, man. We're not bringing nobody home.
You were the only one that was acceptable.
I was the only one that was, I was the only one that was, acceptable to bring home to mama. I told my son, please, don't bring me unacceptable to my door.
That's a compliment. That's a compliment.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, ooh, well then, I'm the chosen one. There you go. Oh, God. Yeah, Wayne dropped, so we don't have Wayne anymore. So.
Well, real quick, I'll just say, as far as the content of Soul's piece and the beauty of how she expressed it, I mean, they say, you are your own worst judge, and I thought it was very clever to use the mirror. You were talking about it a little differently before, reflecting and looking back on yourself to me isn't exactly a positive thing, but, because you're your own worst judge and because society says what it says and, sets these expectations on some people and they take it to heart that, like Boo was saying, I'm too fat, I'm too this, I'm too that. So, all the for lack of any other way of putting it, the ugliness that you kind of brought out, the running mascara, the mosaic, and everything else, it's not unrealistic, but it's unfair to put that on yourself, and like you say, in the end, you have to break out of that idea of expectation and look for someone that's going to accept you for who you are. I thought it was beautifully written.
Thank you so much,
so
darling. See how beautiful you are. So.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Love you. Thanks.
I love your profile picture.
That's kind of what I was saying. That's kind of what I was saying about the mirror. The problem with all the societal crap is when you hold the mirror up to someone and they see themselves, they're not seeing themselves. They're seeing what they think people want to see, and that depresses them. If they were to look in the mirror, you got to look at yourself through other people's eyes, and I think that's what'll help. But that's just my warped mind.
Right.
No,
I agree with that.
Yes. I agree with that fully.
I know lots of beautiful people who think they're ugly. It's sad.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. The saying that say eat like you want and what? Dress. I don't believe in this dress. Remember the saying? I don't know, I'm inventing something. I'm sure there is. I'm going to find it and tell you about it.
Oh, dress for the role that you want?
And they're talking about the food and then the clothing. I'm going to find it. Eat like...
I agree that we all, we all see, we all see what society wants us to be. And that, like Brax said, it does. It causes depression. It causes eating disorders. It causes, there are so many girls out there that literally starve themselves. You found it?
Yeah.
You don't know
eat what you like and wear... Sorry.
Not only your society, it's even your own house, like your own family, especially with this, the weight, the figure, or, the other day, it's hilarious, but the other day I was in the hospital with my mom and my brother, okay? My mom had her CT scan and my brother had his ultrasound, and I was just being there with them, okay? And both of them were like, you really need to work on yourself. You've put on weight and blah, blah, blue. And I was like, hello, you both have health issues and you all have come for scan. And, you all are like harping about my weight. And, I'm like, next time I'm not coming with y'all if it embarrasses y'all being with me, and... the next day I wore, I don't wear tight clothes, I wear loose-fitting clothes because, even I have hives issue, So the next day I wore my tight track pants and my tee and, I'm like, I went for walks and I said, do I look fat? So they're like, no, not at all. I said, good. So remember that this is me and... it has to, stop it. You're in the hospital for your own bloody shit and, getting on my ass, you need to shed some weight.
Not only that, that's your family. That's your family. They're not supposed to say that shit, No,
but I understand, I have never been fat. It's just that after my divorce, I literally let go of myself, and that's what, you... start building walls and walls and walls and, the depression can actually lead to, and slowly, last 5 or 6 years that I've been at home, though I'm I keep, I'm at peace, I'm single, I'm not in an abusive relation and all. But when depression hits, you don't realize which direction you're going to. And now, the best thing is you can just accept yourself the way you are so that you can be at peace. And that matters. And recently when I had a breakup, when the man went again for a younger girl, it hit me hard, it hit me really hard that am I so horrible is figure everything? It doesn't matter what kind of person you are.
Hang on. I just want to point one thing out. Instead of saying me, it's why not him? Why? It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. It could be that he's the one that's blind to what's really going on, and he's the one that's making the poor choice, not you. So rather than say, what did I do wrong?
We're drawn to what we are.
Say to yourself, I'm glad that it didn't develop into a situation that I had to extricate myself from and find out later on that he was full of crap. And I have to deal with all the lies and everything else that that I was led to believe. It's better to find out sooner than later. I mean,
I agree with that.
It doesn't hurt any less. But at the same time, it makes it easier to deal with, I think, because the longer it goes on, the more that gets ensnared in it, and the more that's entangled in it, the more complicated and just it gets crazy. It really does. But if from the beginning you're like, what, there's something wrong here. We need to stop and fix it, or stop and just stop. You have to kind of acknowledge it as quickly as possible. You can't let it go on. That's why everyone talks about communication. If it comes out that you're not a priority, that they're not accepting you for who you are, that they don't, the misconception of, the difference in belief of what love means. Some people think love is like, passing each other in the hallway and going, screw you, and go to hell, and then, at the end of the night going, how was your day? It's like some people get over that. It doesn't mean anything because it's just an emotional response to what's going on at the moment. And some people are like, you cursed at me, and they can't get over that. It's just like, well, I was in a bad mood. What do you want? You should know better how I feel about you. It was not you that I was really cursing at. It was a different situation, and I felt, when you feel comfortable around someone, sometimes you're able to express your emotions, and they confuse that, you're taking it out on them as opposed to the situation. And that's a tragedy in a lot of ways, because when you're comfortable with someone, they're the ones that you expect the most from, but they're the ones that take the brunt of your emotions. So it's harder to deal with you. So there's really a lot of understanding that needs to be involved in a relationship between people, and that's why sometimes, when you get to know each other, you have to really get to know each other before you can say, oh, this is good. You can't tell right away. It's one of those things. And I won't say it lends itself very well to the internet, but the way you get to know someone on the internet, there's different boundaries, different restrictions and borders. So you're able to feel things out differently. But eventually you have to have that face to face and find out, this is real or this isn't real.
Well said.
If it's not,
so you do that service on the net, and then it's all over. There was no relation.
Oh, Razz. Here's Razz.
Hello,
Razz.
What did you say, Razz?
We missed you.
I didn't hear.
I'm not calling you down on the net again.
There's no more relationship. You don't have to think about that no more. Go back to dating people in physical real time.
That's right. No more internet love for me. Words leave such the scars which you just can't. It's terrible that some things which my ex-husband told me, like on when I caught him cheating. So repetition of this after 20 years, hit me really hard, and some words just don't leave you. They are like a bloody tattoo on your skin.
You can't take them back.
When you won't believe, Boo, like if you would have seen me 20 years back, you would be like, wow, and he still made a comment like, look at yourself. I get put off looking at you, when I caught him with a younger chick. And I was like, I just had a miscarriage. I was like, I just had a miscarriage, and you are talking about my weight and not about the 5 years that we've spent together. But those words just stayed with me, and I just started hating myself. I didn't look in the mirror for years. All I could communicate with, I could only communicate with my dog. I had a Labrador, and he was the only soul I could talk to. He could feel my pain, and
no, you had a dog. You had 2 dogs.
No,
she had one that was loyal, and the other one that
one that wasn't. One
that needed to go to the trash. Yeah.
Both need to be put down.
That's I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this, but let me tell you, men that go for younger women are just suffering a serious freaking case of it's that what is it, midlife crisis that men go through. It's just they have the same way that we want to look good because we're getting older, and we're like, oh shit, there's a wrinkle. Oh no, they feel the same way, and the way that they deal with it is finding a younger chick and getting themselves a sports car. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is their way of dealing with it, where we get depressed and we try to either go on a diet, we go to the gym, we do this, we do that, we buy freaking retinol to stick all over our face to save ourselves from getting an extra wrinkle. That's their way of dealing with it. And the fact that instead of it being me and blaming it on yourself, but I think women always do that. We blame ourselves because
it's more than that, Lizzie. That's the excuse. That they lied about what they valued.
Oh, of course.
If someone tells you, I love you for who you are, and I love you for yourself, they love you. So whatever happens, happens. And it's not going to change if you put on 5 pounds, 10 pounds, end up in a wheelchair, have your foot amputated, and go blind.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter.
Fear of being challenged. Why is the younger woman?
And words and actions, sometimes when
big huggies,
words and actions
are 2 different things.
Yes.
You could say I love you, but that doesn't mean shit unless you show it.
Anybody can say that.
And that, yes. I mean, I say I love you to my dogs on a constant basis. But, it's not the same as me telling somebody.
Giving me a bath, changing my diaper.
Exactly.
And all that other stuff.
Are you going to go that far? Exactly. Are you willing to go that far? My aunt. Yeah, my aunt is married to a man, and he's paralyzed. He can't do anything. And, I mean, literally, he can't do anything. And he told my aunt, I know I can't satisfy you, so you can do what you want. Just don't let me see it. And so she's had her share. Yeah, she's had her share of affairs because, she wanted it and she got it. But she always comes back home to him, and she takes care of him, because, like she said, I'm a woman, I have needs, and he can't satisfy them, but I love him to death. And she stays there. She's been with him for I don't know how many years already.
Can I share a story? Can I share a beautiful story? Can I share a beautiful story?
Yeah, please do.
When I used to teach, I was grading in a university. I'll never forget that day. I was sitting in a coffee shop, and this guy is married to someone younger than him, but older than him.
Oh, I remember this story.
Oh, older than him. And she was smiling at me the whole time. I never forget it. And he was feeding her, and she kept smiling, and then took her to the bathroom, and take her out. And I helped her a little bit, and then my way out. And then the way out, I opened the door, and I said, she's a lucky woman. I saw how much he took care of her. She's not there. She's completely absent. But he's still taking care of her. And he said, she's the love of my life. He was there for me. Now it's my turn to be there for her. I literally had tears in my eyes. It just touched me so deeply. Like watching a live movie from a romantic story.
Yeah.
So it's a real man. That's a real man.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's true love right there. That is true love right there. That is the perfect example of true love.
Big huggy G, and love you.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't,
not here.
She's still here.
Real quick, my mom used to say, "Show me your friends, and I'll show you what you are." You're attracted to those that you portray.
Exactly.
So trash attracts trash.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like I said the other day, we need to stop attracting the weird ones. Like, what is it?
Yep. Yeah, what is it with attracting the crazies? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that would have been funny if Razz pulled in now when she said that.
my dad had a similar saying. You tell me what you've been eating, and I'll tell you what you are.
That is the best cook secret in Miami. Razz is a good man.
You are what you eat. That's what you're saying.
Don't say it, Razz.
If you are what you eat, then
yeah, it's like I'm crystal clear like water. Water mixed with tequila, and I'm crystal clear like water mixed with water.
There you go. It's like vodka.
I will have an idea for you, Boo. Boo, I have an idea.
Sandwiches and the small fries.
Forget about poems. Have a talk show.
Yeah.
That's what I told her. I said, we need a talk show. We just throw a topic out there and have everybody call in and just talk shit. What the hell?
We have the best time when we do talk afterwards. Like everybody's not in fact. We need to let Razz read his poem.
Yeah.
I tried to show up on time.
I'm
glad that you didn't read my poem yet. Yeah, I'll do it for you.
Did you fall asleep or what happened?
Yeah, no, I didn't.
You fell asleep, huh?
I had lost my connection with the web all day. It just came back up right now.
Oh, God forbid.
Yeah, I had problems with mine too, so yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they were doing repairs today. American Technology. Area location, night stuff.
Yeah.
He had to go out and find a spider and establish his connection to the web.
It was very unusual. Razz was not there. It was really unusual, Razz, truly. It was very unusual you were not there.
We're like, where's Razz?
We're
waiting for you. Okay.
Wait, Boo, do you want to mention the shows before we go on, or?
You can.
Okay, Blog Talk just dropped Daphne's show. She's on the board saying she got dropped, so I don't think she'll be able to call in. Yeah, she won't be able to call back in because Blog Talk won't let her. So tomorrow is Linda's show at 9 o'clock. She's talking about love. Let me just make sure I'm right here. She's talking about lovey-dovey.
Speaking of which.
And then Sunday is going to be off-the-cuff poetry. That's going to be with me and Boo. So you'll be able to, hear me and Boo all over again on Sunday. It's open poetry.
Open poetry.
She gave it a different pitch to it. She didn't want just open poetry. She wanted it to sound better. She gave it
with the old.
Off the cuff. Yes, exactly.
I just want to make sure. I wanted to make sure it was not. It's okay for minors. That's all. I'm just kidding.
No. It's not open poetry. It's just. It's just another way of saying it so it sounds better.
Yeah.
It's about fashion. It's about fashion.
Or out with the old. It goes with the old, So.
Yeah, exactly. Out with the old, in with the new.
Open mic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Razzle Dazzle us.
Yeah. So here's the poem. It's called Joint Wafer. Joint Wafer. Sticks into the Stixie cup. The wind does not stop blowing as to all great love stories. Time demands the sacrifice of patience. Humanity and mean Hennessy at odds. The royal, the hard dial. Join the Animal Society. Voluntary sponsored donation fund. Wafer circuit reprocessing. Holy full Monty paradox. The web scam presumed innocence came from an internet hoax. Waiting for the miracle happening, and I've only just learned prayer. Stand-up comedian. Are you going to kill them dead? Where's the gun? It's these cities' tales. They have limited social life for big town mentalities. Why the loneliness and the poverty and the greed and the crime, the despair, the constant need to find someone there. Don't cry for me, Venezuela. Brandon making the president public image seem bad. Name brand, pure, paved boundaries, pol-ops, belligerent office, desktop, max storage space. Hostile environment could use a stoop to quietly bend over the poetic justice. Monotonous listed, rubbing out the cylindrical wafer, totters, diametrical, an everlasting burst of bionic radiance was 20 minutes ago today. Enough death passed out the circuitry board, the waddle, sketching the war charge test, blotted sidewalk, funneling. And poem. And prompt, love means never having to say you're sorry, love story.
Yeah, this is really cool because it has, yeah, I mean, love is never having to say you're sorry. Which, there's a time demands a sacrifice of patience, which I think is the main gist here. Patience is a virtue, literally. And love is just doing that, is being as patient with each other as possible, because we're human and we're going to screw up at some point, even if we aim not to. And we're going to aim to be, and make our partners happy. Let's just call it that. We're going to aim to make each other happy, but at some point you're going to screw up, and that screw up shouldn't mean the end of everything. It should mean, okay, I understand. We all screw up, as long as it's not something devastating like having an affair or something. But patience is a virtue, and love is definitely something that needs patience in order for it to grow, in order for it to. And I'm going to go to a poem that Sawa did like last week or something with the, it's like that little seed that grows, into that rose, because you need that patience, you need to water it, and you need to take care of it. And I think that you grabbed it with that time demands a sacrifice of patience, and then, it just goes on with all this, other stuff that where is it? Because I'll lose myself if it wasn't because, I'm part of my head. My head is part of my body because, I would lose it. Oh, waiting for the miracle happening, and I've only just learned to pray. I just learned prayer. Stand-up comedian, are you going to kill them dead? Where's the gun? Like that, it's such an awesome, the whole that whole thing, like, it's not broken up. You have it all in there, but that thought is just awesome. So this is a really awesome poem, and, it's just the way you would write it, you know what I mean? Like, it's just perfect. It's an awesome piece. I think you caught the love means never having to say you're sorry quote really well. So thank you very much, and I'm glad that you called to read it yourself, because I don't think anybody here would have read it as good as you can. That's why I waited. I was hoping.
I'm glad I made it on time this year. Joint wafers is the concept. I was reading on semiconductors, and it just kind of turned out that way. I was abstracted into this piece of poetry, whereas the urban aspects are that we use this kind of technology in all aspects of society, but are not aware how it's like an extension of our own non-difference to actual social problems. The underlining point here.
Good. Awesome. Raconteur.
Yeah, this is a great piece, Razz. You wrote well to the prompt. This is really not much more, can be said. You did a wonderful job. The metaphors are great. The piece is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Rack.
Sinister.
Sinister still here?
Sinister's still here.
Oh, I thought he left that very quiet. Yeah.
He's been quiet.
He just stoned.
He might be on mute right now.
Mellow yellow, yeah.
Yes, sir. Are you on mute, Sin?
I'm on mute. Maybe I'm not.
I think he's on mute. There you go. Hi.
Hi.
Remember us?
Where am I again? No.
You're eating the brownies somewhere.
Here's the thing with Razz. I like how you work your poems. I don't always follow them all the time, but they're intelligent and they're power packed with lines about life and truth. And even when I can't follow you, I still respect you, man, because I know what you go through to put that work together, and I appreciate it greatly.
Oh, awesome talent. Sawa, what do you think?
I had to read it 20 times, I think. And you always hurt my mind in a good way. I really like how you took a different direction. Great love. I mean, you gave not necessarily the great love, like how the poetic jacks, the spam on the web, how they go after innocent people, how people were waiting for miracles. It could be anyone. I mean, everyone wants to be loved. And then you talk about loneliness, comedian laugh, but really stand. But they also killed the then dead, just to escape maybe this loneliness. In the city days, they have limited social life to big town mentality, where the loneliness and the poverty and the greed and the crime to despair, to constant need to find someone. It's so true. It's such points that are so realistic. You put them together, and that's what I see here. And at the end, really different stories of love. That's what you put there. And we need to say there's time when we need sacrifice. Otherwise, the sacrifice of patience to arrive to the real true love, I guess. You have to read up and down to really grasp your. I hope this is what I see. I hope I grasped it, but there's much more that I not necessarily got. Amazing, and it shows how well read. How
cards of love. I would agree with you there. And if there's any love here, it's one that's of mutual respect. It's one that you just know that the other has their own personal space. They have their own house, and you keep to yours. A neighbor's love.
Yeah. Awesome.
I gotta ask Razz about the piss into the Dixie cup. Is that
Yeah, it did make me laugh. It made me laugh.
That did make me laugh. That was funny.
And like, so it does sound cliche, like from the movie, but if you don't like, okay, I used to have a teacher and he used to tell us all the time, say anything else to your woman, but I'm sorry. It's the most empty, fucking lame thing you could say, and they're tired of hearing it. I'm sorry, everything. I'm sorry. Like, you shouldn't have to say you're sorry if you love someone.
No,
they
should.
For apology.
Sorry. They need to say sorry when they're wrong. I'm sorry. They need to say sorry when they're
it's so empty. Like, you could say some other word, I understand how you feel, or I don't know, something else. But sorry, you get so sick of sorry. Because some guys, it's all they fucking say.
I'm teasing you.
I
know what you mean. I knew what you mean when they repeatedly.
You're so over it, like, very, very, very suck, But how about you stop doing that shit, and then you wouldn't have to say.
Well, I was just gonna say that, you get tired of hearing it because they're repeating it. It's like, if they keep repeating it, something's wrong.
Exactly. It's just like, oh my God, it's so empty. It becomes so empty. Like, it doesn't mean shit. You're sorry. I'm fucking sorry. I'm still with your ass. And so I think that and this is an Animal Society Volunteer Donation Fund. That's hilarious. It's a wafer in the circuit reprocessing. I mean, this is, I think really what this is saying, this is romantic. I mean, I'm only just learned prayer, waiting for the miracle to happen. I've only just learned prayer. That's useful. I think what you're saying really at the end of the day is you just accept the person. You do or you don't. And
make all that there with that line. I'm only learning the prayer.
Yeah. What'd you say?
You could say that by the end of the day, there's a way of having to accept the other person. Yeah.
Yep. And then the whole technology references are cool too. And then enough death passed. I'm not sure about the ending, but it's a cool ending. It's you did a good job, and your lovey-dovey stuff is romantic and easy to understand. It's not as hard as the other stuff. Good job.
Oh man.
So Razz is smart enough to live his life. Razz is smart enough to live his life in a way that he doesn't have to apologize. He doesn't do things he needs to apologize.
He never apologized.
No, and
you don't do things.
Environment could use this to quietly bend over the public poetic justice. That's witty.
Yeah. Talking about sorries are empty. We had an uncle. We used to call him Chances because he would always apologize. He'd be like, "I'm so sorry. Just give me another chance." So literally, when we saw him, we were like, "Yo, Chances, what's up?"
That's me. That's so funny.
Yeah. We used to literally just call him Chances. Yeah. He was always, "I'm sorry. Just give me another chance." I was like, yeah, okay, well, you say Chances, whatever.
That's what
That's what we used to call it.
Go say a couple of Hail Marys, same shit, Yeah,
exactly. It's like going to church and confessing. If you're going to go right back out the door and do it again, it don't mean shit.
It don't mean shit. It's like
I got a statue of St. Anthony and a hunting knife. I can do my Hail Mary.
There you go, St. Anthony.
There you go, exactly. It is,
You're like, if you say I'm sorry one more fucking time, I'm going to freaking kill you, just come on.
I mean, when you live your life saying sorry, there's something wrong with you, buddy.
Can I defend the people who say sorry? Because I'm one of them. I really say sorry a lot. But it's sincere. It's not coming from I just don't want to hurt someone's feeling, or I don't want to be rude to someone. So I say sorry because I felt I hurt someone's feeling, or whatever the reason, whatever.
Yes. That's a different story than the useless, endless.
We're not talking about that sorry. Yeah, we're not talking about that sorry.
No, we're talking about the other sorry.
My son tells me that all the time. Why are you always saying sorry? I don't freaking know. I just don't want to hurt nobody's feelings.
Exactly.
Sorry is the hardest word. Elton John.
Yes, I love that song.
Let me just give you the blanket. I'm sorry to cover the next week of sorry. I'm gonna say.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The first shot missed.
Yeah, exactly. That's the kind of story we're talking
about.
I
didn't get it.
Exactly.
I didn't get it. I didn't get what
he's reading is like, okay, it's like somebody trying to kill you,
pathetic.
and they're apologizing because they missed.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
That's what he's saying. And, that's the story we're talking about. We're talking about the stories that, they cheat on you, and they're like, oh, well, I'm sorry. What do you mean you're sorry? What did you slip and fall on top of her? I don't think so. You know what I mean? This is not an accident.
The insincere sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
But people make mistakes.
People
make mistakes. People make mistakes and apologize for it. It is a sorry.
Okay,
sorry.
That's fine.
Yeah, mistake is fine. We're talking about like the deeper shit. Let's say the deeper shit. We're talking about like I've seen men that beat up their wives and they're like, oh, I'm sorry. What are you talking about? You just beat the shit out of that woman. You're saying you're sorry?
Here's some flowers. Here's some flowers. Here you go. Here's some flowers.
The only story you're going to have is seeing Big Brother in prison. You know what I'm saying? That's what I got to say.
That's like, we can get my house.
I'm sorry when Big Brother.
I'm sorry the judge only gave you 20 years.
Yeah, exactly. You hit me. You're going to be saying sorry to Big Bubba because your ass is going straight to prison. That's going to be the last time you hit anybody. You know what I'm saying? Hell with that shit. That's the story we're talking about.
I dare you to hit me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's really in the body bag.
I'm sorry I called you a name, but you're still a bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Backwards.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm sorry I fucked your sister. Sorry.
Yeah. Like I said, what did you slip on top of her? Like, what the hell are you talking about? You're sorry. You accidentally slipped on top of this woman naked and you started having sex. That's sorry? Yeah, I don't want to hear that shit. Yeah, I don't want to hear that. That's a lot of hoopla. I don't want to hear that.
She took advantage of me. She took advantage of me.
I thought I still had my virtual glasses on.
Yeah, that doesn't flow with me.
You're like, let me guess, you're sorry? Oh, okay, then that's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, saying sorry because of something is one thing, but saying sorry because of something major.
Out of my fucking face.
Yeah, that's a lot of bullshit.
We're a bit angry, Lizzie. We're a bit
tolerated for a real reason, Boo. Sorry.
Yeah, you're sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
We're the angry women, Boo.
We're the gay bitches. Sally, can you rub some of your niceness on us?
Yeah.
Pardon me?
I should have a tattoo that says bitch on it.
Wait, rub what? Boo? I didn't understand. Rub what?
Rub some of your sweetness on us.
Oh, you're all sweet. I was not allowed to say bad words when I grew up. I was not allowed. That's what it is. That's all. So, but I
that's
am.
Like when you tell your kids something like, "Go say you're sorry," and they're like, "I'm sorry," and you're like, "Oh, that was sincere," you know.
I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. I never told my kids to say sorry. I used to tell them why they should say sorry. And what they did and why what they did was wrong. And then they would sincerely say sorry because I made them understand that they caused somebody else pain. I never actually told them, don't say you're sorry. That's not really explaining to them why they're saying sorry. Like,
exactly. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
okay?
they need to
That's
understand.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
They need to understand why they're saying they're sorry. In my opinion, to teach them, the difference between just emptily saying you're sorry, then you actually know why. You actually feel, okay, I wouldn't like that. I would feel really bad too. So then they're apologizing sincerely, which is a difference than just emptily saying, oh yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry, okay? Oh, that's
sorry, officer. Coming a mile away.
You really sorry.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. So we have all the show, and I'm sorry.
I'm gonna, Raz, I need to borrow your voice.
Raz, I'm sorry, but you need to borrow your voice.
Much good.
Yeah, Raz, I'm sorry, but you have to read the poem.
He's so funny.
You do great with Lawrence's poems, so I'm going to have you read Lawrence's poems.
Oh,
all right.
Nobody else
I'll read Lawrence's poem. Here we go. This is called The Adventures of Nigel the Fat Cat and his homie Alfie and Ralph Like Cars. The Adventures of Nigel the Fat Cat and his homie Alfie and Ralph Like Cars. Nigel. Ralph, look, a car. Hee hee. Ralph. Row. Alfie, hey Nigel, what's he doing? Nigel, hey Alfie, I'm watching Ralph. Ralph, the Chihuahua dog chasing cars. Ralph, look, here comes another car. Sick 'em, boy. Hee hee. Ha ha. Ralph. Alfie. That's funny, Nigel. Hey Ralph, there goes another one. Get him, boy. Ralph. Nigel, damn, caught one. Alfie, oh shit, he's taking the tires, fell off the rims. Nigel, holy moly, he's taking that car in his fat metal. Damn, Ralph, you a bad mama jama. Alfie, son's up. That's me, Ralph. Ralph the car eater. Ralph. Grrr. Ralph. Grrr. Translation. Who's bad? Ralph is bad.
Goodness.
Oh, God. Oh, and that was written to the quote, I am a dog chasing cars. I wouldn't know what to do with it if I quote it. I think he did. We know that Ralph knew exactly what to do with the tire when he got Oh, I love these poems that he writes about his cats, and so I just think they're fantastic. They're so funny, and Razz, you do an awesome job reading them. So thank you for being here, so you can read that, because no one could read Lawrence's stuff as good as you. So thank you for reading it. Thank you, Lawrence, for writing these, because they always make me laugh. I think they're fantastic. They're so whimsical. They're they're clever and they're original. Like nobody else is gonna write stuff like this. This is awesome. Razz, you read it. So what did you think?
Yeah, this is another humorous de facto look into the lives of Nigel, Alfie, and Ralph.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What did you think? Dan, are you on mute again? All right. Boo, what did you think?
Boo is far away, her voice. I can hear her voice far away.
That was the funniest read you've done yet, Razz. That was like hilarious, especially when you were like, Ralph. It sounded like you were barking.
That's what he was supposed to be doing.
Like, it was true.
Back to the neighborhood dog.
You're made for that shit. And he even told me that he writes it and he listens to it. It's just even funnier. Just put words in there to make it funnier. And like, it's just sort of like him and how he is. His personality is funny. I mean, you read it, fantastic, and it's not rocket science, but it's entertaining and it's funny, and that's what it's supposed to be.
Yes. Yes, agreed. Sour.
I don't know why. I agree, Razz, you did amazing reading. I have a feeling that these things happen in real life with his cats and dog, and he put them in writing. I don't know. That's what because it cannot be funny like this. And naturally, it must be that something inspired him from his real cats and dogs. And it's just hilarious. Guru Rough, I agree. I was just laughing. It is funny.
Yeah, he does some great stuff. Rack, what did you think?
Yeah, Lawrence wrote it, but Razz brought it to life.
Yes.
I guess the moral of the story is, if you chase a car, you're going to get exhausted. I thought it was wonderful. The idea of taking that quote kind of literally was pretty cool. The philosophy behind the idea, I'm sure wasn't lost on you, but the comedy behind it was wonderfully executed. You did a great job, Lawrence.
Awesome.
I almost wet myself with a Ralph.
It was. That was just too funny. It was just too funny. All right. I have Papa Terminus and I have Papa Terminus and I have Devious Saint. I don't know if either one of them want their poems read. It doesn't say. I don't know. I don't want to, read them without knowing. Huh?
What did you say?
Papa Terminus and Devious Saint.
Oh, okay. What was the second one? I'm sorry. Shit. My headphones suck.
Devious Saint.
Oh, Saint may want to read his. I think Papa would be okay if we read it, but Saint may want to. I don't know.
Because he said he was going to call and he didn't.
He can carry them
I don't want to read his. I don't want to read theirs without. Yeah, because both of them said they were going to try to call and they didn't say they wanted a reader in case they didn't. I don't want to jump on it.
Yeah.
Every poem, we have permission on. Every poem.
We'll do it Sunday.
All the poems that were read tonight, we have permission on file from the author to do so. So if we're not sure if we have permission, we're not going to read the poem.
Exactly. So I'd rather just carry them over to Sunday. Yeah, because I feel, I don't want to step on anybody's toes. Let them, read their own poem unless they say so. So yeah, that was it. We have read, and that's a good one. We actually read almost every single poem. I'm impressed. Usually, especially when I do hosting, we talk so much that we don't get to poems. So I feel like we did a good job today.
I like last week when we asked the questions. That was fun when we did the questions.
Yeah, that was cool.
From the eHarmony loser.
That was cool. Yes, I really do want to make
eHarmony questions, by the way.
She was asking eHarmony questions.
Oh,
eHarmony?
I missed that. I missed that.
Yes, you. Yeah, they were really funny.
Oh, that's funny.
I got about 300 of them, Lizzie, for any time. So what's the matter? Maybe if you study, you might pass this time.
No, I told you I'm not allowed to take it again.
Send them to me, Lizzie. Send them to me and answer them, and you pass. Lizzie, send them to Boo, and you'll pass.
Yeah, no, I'm not allowed to take it anymore. If I put my name up there, it automatically tells me I can't take it, so I can't take it anymore. Yeah, I got banned apparently. I'm so horrible. Yeah, I'm so horrible. They banned me for never taking it again, so,
They were like, she broke the test.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
She failed the test. No one fails the test.
Yeah, that's like the psychological test, too, that they give you. And some of the questions are just the same thing, repeated 50 times. I hate when they do that. It's the same thing. They want to see how, consistent you are.
They should put the people who face the test together. They should put the people who face the test together.
They're like there's nobody.
We're perfect mates for each other. Like we're perfect mates. Like I said, I know where I failed. I failed with the.
They're like, we got.
No, Boo.
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah.
Go to eHarmony.com and we'll have Sawa sign up.
Oh no, thank you.
Yeah. We'll have 100 people on there. Within 5 minutes.
No, thank you.
Oh my God.
Razz will swear to you. He'll break the test.
Yes. It wouldn't know how to handle it. It'll be like, what the?
He'll be like, this
yeah, no, it didn't want me because, like I said,
the computer will go, you again.
Yeah, my personal space is where I got it all fucked up. That's what happened. It didn't like my personal space answers. You know what I'm saying?
120 is not your location.
My personal space.
I'm so curious. I'm going to call you. I'm so curious to know your story about this, Lizzie. Really. I'm so curious. What did you answer?
Well, because it asks you, like, like how cuddly you are or how this and how that. And I'm not somebody who wants to do a lot of cuddling. I flip the switch. Yeah, like how close do you want? Do you want to be holding hands all the time? Yeah, do you want to hold hands all the time? Do you want to do this all the time? And like I said, I flip the switch. There are days.
I'll give you a couple questions, okay? You want some? I'll tell you. I'll give you some.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm not going to answer.
This is what we did last week. This is good to get to know each other. Now you got it's involved now, so it's all your fault.
I'll be embarrassed.
And some of them are just like really ridiculous. Okay, so we should have Dave here. He probably knows all the answers. Okay,
oh my goodness. No.
I think Dave could write the test after 375.
Yeah, right.
Jesus, they're like he'll be banned. Okay, so. All right, let's see. Let's ask a good one here.
I'm laughing before you started.
Your attitude, okay. A lot of them have to do with your attitude. Have you noticed that? Okay, so we'll start with you, Sawa, okay? Since you're the one now you're on the hot seat. Wait, that one's not a good question. And it's weird how they're all blue, isn't it? Wait, I got to get to the question thing. I'm getting to how much is the cost to join? Is it really free? Because, or isn't it?
Yeah, I believe it is free. I don't know if you have to start paying after a certain time, but I think it is.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, Sawa. Let's see. When in a relationship, how much personal space do you need?
What?
They want to know. It's no wrong or right answer. It's just, whatever.
Yeah, it's just whatever you actually feel.
That's so personal. I mean, you need to get to know the person.
Exactly.
That's stupid.
Okay, we'll go with you. No, that was not good for you. That question's not good. Okay, I'll give you. Who wants to answer? Anybody?
I'll answer.
Yeah, I need plenty
of personal space.
Exactly.
Yeah, but how much? They want to know, like, a couple hours a day. Do you want to be like living, fucking part time? Basically, I think they're asking. What I think they're asking is like, do you want somebody up your ass 24/7, or do you want?
That's the thing. Like, I think they're asking you. Do you want to be attached at the hip with this person? And I don't want to be attached.
Yeah.
I'm not a conjoined twin. I'm not a conjoined twin. I do not want one now.
Like, we're the same person now, Yeah, that's shit.
Yeah,
of course you want to be attached to the person. If you care about
anybody.
I don't know. That's the whole thing with me. Like, I don't want to be attached, that much to somebody. I don't want them to be attached.
You're not the same person.
Yeah, like I want you to be attached emotionally, but I don't want you on me. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that they're asking. Like, emotionally.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Emotionally. Yeah.
I don't want you.
Yeah, emotionally.
On me, I don't want you to constantly need to be on top of me, touching me, grabbing me. It's like, stop. Okay?
Yeah.
Fucking stop.
It's like picking constantly.
Yeah, it's like I'm washing dishes. I don't want you going over there and humping up behind my ass. Like, that would piss me off, You don't
need to be humping my leg. Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm washing dishes. Okay. Get the hell away from me. You know what I'm saying? Like.
I think
Razz.
Can I say something? Can I say something about this?
Yeah.
It's a question that's impossible to answer. That first of all depends on personality and really how you like each other. It depends. Yes. So I don't think you can say it's just weird. It's not natural to answer a question like this.
No, it gets worse than that. That's one of the easiest ones on there.
It does. It gets crazy.
Of course,
it gets crazy. I'm telling you.
Attachment. Yeah, I will fail. Yeah. Believe me, I will fail like you. That's crazy.
Okay,
yeah, like
Rack and Razz, you guys are going to answer this one. Okay, Rack and Razz, right? Let's see. Do you always? Okay, wait. Do you always do everything according to plan?
No. There's nothing to set out.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
Hell no.
Hell no? Okay. All right, what's the
We like
spontaneity for the fellas. Huh?
Plans are for the predictable.
Yes.
Okay, now this is one for everybody, okay? Do you have a deal breaker, like a deal breaker? If they do this, you're just fucking out. And I'm not talking cheating and hitting, they're talking like, is there a deal breaker that you just won't,
I have one. If they watch season 3 of The Wire, then they have to stop even talking with me.
That's it? Okay. All right. Ladies? You got a deal breaker? Because, you hear people say, like, if he smokes, I can't date a smoker, shit like that. So. I don't date a guy who says he's sorry all day long.
I think the biggest deal breaker for me is anybody who's got a personality that is possessive or possessive. The one that wants to know everything that you're doing. The phone rings. Who's calling you? That's none of your business.
Yeah.
You know, that's none of your business is telling me. You know what I mean? Like that, to me, right there is the automatic. You know, you don't own me.
Like,
that's it. We're done.
They don't trust you.
Exactly. You know, like I said, my dad didn't raise me. Yeah, I don't like it. It's like, nope. But I think a deal breaker right there.
Yeah.
Oh, and a bad kisser. That's it.
I think I have many of them. Like this one, possessive, I agree. Possessive and then disgusting manners.
Meaning what? Meaning what?
Disgusting
You mean
manners.
farting and burping, or you mean what?
No, that. I mean, come on. Like disgusting manners.
I'm just saying.
I can't say it. I'm sorry. I'm just disgusting manners.
Okay, say it on air. Okay.
And then, more important. No, another one.
As long as it doesn't hook up to any medical devices,
if they emotionally abuse me, then I'm walking out the door.
I was going to say, like, if you see someone like who I hate this one, someone talk about, ask you a question but don't give up about themselves. They just want to know about you, but they don't. I don't know what
they
it's
don't
called.
divulge anything about themselves. Yeah.
But
That's
they want to know
liar,
everything about you.
Yeah, they want to know everything
we'll
about
come back
you.
to that, right? I'm sorry.
What about you, Boo?
Oh, Lord, there's so many. I don't like that either. The whole where are you going? What time are you gonna be back? What are you doing? You know, it's like Jesus. I have a dad already. You know, it's like that just means they don't trust you. Usually, those are the ones doing stuff. The ones that are blaming you for everything. You know. So, yeah, very true. Okay, everybody, what's your guilty pleasure? Just give me one.
Oh my goodness, no, thank you. That's embarrassing.
My guilty pleasure. Oh my God.
What does it mean?
Out to eat. Going out to eat.
Going out to eat.
I was going to say, I would tell a guilty pleasure, something that you enjoy doing, but you know that
nobody knows about.
It's not
nobody knows about it.
Yeah.
I want you to rewatch reruns of Supernatural.
What?
For me, it's season 3 of The Wire.
I don't know.
I hope you haven't reached season 3 yet.
Well, I think that I would have to say my guilty pleasure would have been when it was on the 15 years of Supernatural that I did.
God,
I actually watched I love Supernatural. Oh my freaking goodness, that was the shit. Oh my God, loved it.
Yeah, this is a show.
It's a show, Supernatural. So guilty pleasure, like you go and eat a box of chocolate, once a week because you gotta have it, but nobody else knows about it.
I know that.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah, I eat in bed. Yeah, nothing horrible. Nothing about
chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
chocolate. But everybody knows that one about me.
What
it's
about
not
Rack?
like I hit
what
that.
About Rack?
What? I said going out to eat.
What about you? Going out to eat. That's
he said going out to eat.
Okay. All right.
That's guilty pleasure?
Well, yeah, it's more practical to stay home and eat. So.
What about you, Boo?
I said that I eat in bed, and I know that's not good, and some people really hate that, but I think it's. My brother can't stand it. He's like, so gross. I'm like, what? I'm not even, But yeah, that's one of my many fucked up things.
My many.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay.
They have tables just for that reason.
Yeah, my
little bed
that
tables.
reason.
You can eat right on it.
That's why they make the table. Yeah.
But they have tables for your bed. You just put it on your bed and you eat. There's nothing wrong with
exactly.
There's a tray.
The hell?
Yeah.
Exactly. Have a tray. That's just right there.
Nope. Okay. What's your biggest insecurity?
Oh Jesus. I go. Oh Jesus.
Not knowing if the other person's cheating on me.
Oh. Your biggest insecurity, huh? That's a good one. I hate my feet, but that's probably not really good answer. for me, that my daughter's going to move away and never, leave me and never, come back because our relationship's already rocky. I think that's one of them for me. I don't know how to fix it. I try, but... Lizzie?
I'm gonna have to go with. This is gonna sound stupid, but I'm gonna have to go. My biggest insecurity is me.
You?
It's me. Like, my biggest insecurity is me, because I know that, I could say I want to find somebody to, I'm going on 50 years old now. I could want to say that, but I know that me is the problem. I want, but at the same time, I want to push you. I want to keep a distance. I want, but I don't want to. You know what I mean? Like, so I have to deal with me. Yeah, so it's me who's the insecurity, because I need to deal with me to get over that hurdle.
I agree with you. I'm with you on this. It's funny because or actually to get hurt, to really get hurt. That's what it is.
Yeah. Well, everybody, I think.
And not to hurt somebody else. Like, I don't want to, hurt anybody else's feelings because I'm fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to bring you into my little dark world.
Yeah.
Can I say something? This is real. Like, how when you get a certain time, when you become independent and you had bad experience in your life, and you're afraid it's hard to get to know someone all over again and accept each other and perfection. It's not easy. So I think I agree with you absolutely, Lizzie, on this. We have so much in common, Lizzie, even though we're different.
It's funny what you find out, right? It's funny. Yeah. You know what they say too, right? Like, the longer you are single, the harder it is for you to
find somebody,
get involved with somebody, because you've gotten so used to doing things your way by yourself,
on your own.
And then to bring and on your own, that to bring somebody else into that world is like, okay, now I'm feeling stifled almost, because I didn't have to deal with somebody else. I just did my thing, and now you're here, and it's like, it's harder for you the longer you are single. And I've been single for a very, very,
you're going to be an old maid. You're going to be an old maid. Yeah, they say that you're going to be an old maid if you don't find somebody soon. You better find somebody soon.
That's what I keep saying. That I'm like, I'm going to be the old lady sitting on my rocker. My kids will come by occasionally, put me on my head,
With your cat.
and I'm just going to drop dead on a rocker with a book in my hand. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Yeah. Me and my sister have an agreement. We'll be old maids together. If neither one of us married.
You can join me rocking on the rocker on the porch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You're awfully quiet.
As long as no scary stories. Stories.
Yeah. Rack and Razz. Let's hear the fellas. Biggest insecurity. We heard Razz.
Razz already said. Yeah, we got Razz.
Yeah. So it's Rack. In the hot seat.
Not knowing when the other person is cheating on me.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right.
But also with that statement, you also can't make your mind go there either and assume that the person's doing something either. I think that kind of goes both ways, right?
Why it's called insecurity, because you don't know.
Exactly. It's the insecurity.
But you can't assume they are, I mean.
But you can't help yourself from that insecurity.
He's cheating on me. How do you know? Has he given you any sign or fucking clue? Or you just in your head? Okay, here's the next one. Rack doesn't want to. I don't think would answer. So here's the good question. Can you describe the biggest lesson you learned from your worst breakup? That's a good question. That love sucks.
Not. I can answer this one. Not to open up right away to someone, because they will take advantage of your vulnerability and make you believe what you want to believe, but it's not honest. That's true.
That's true. Yeah, giving too much too soon. Yeah, good one. Razz.
Yeah, I would say the biggest lesson I learned is to never trust media.
Yeah. But this in relationships.
Yeah, from a relationship.
Why did it?
They were a cyber stalker.
I see what you
there
mean.
you go.
I see what you mean. Thank you.
Jesus Christ, Razz. Thanks.
So true. So true.
Rackapoo.
I don't know.
Raconteur. You don't know the biggest lesson you learned from your worst breakup?
Yeah, I really don't. I've been in horrible relationships.
Yeah. They didn't teach you nothing? They had to teach you something along the line, right? I hope. I agree with Sal, though. That's a good answer. Giving too much, letting them in too quick, believing the bullshit. For me, I'd say ignoring the red flags. Ignoring the red flags that I knew were fucked wrong, but I just tended to overlook them, or, you sugarcoat it, and then years go by and you're like, shit, I wish I just wasted all that time when I knew this shit a couple of years ago, right? So, yeah, that's probably mine. Lizzie?
I think the lesson I learned in my worst relationship was to never let someone emotionally and psychologically abuse you.
Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah,
I mean, like I said the last time that we talked, I literally left. I literally had to wait for him to leave work for me to leave. I literally just grabbed up my stuff and left. I lost so much stuff with that, but it was, I had to get out of that relationship because he was literally just emotionally and psychologically abusive as hell. And I, for whatever reason, just stood there for freaking, I think 2.5 years, almost 3 years. And when he went to work, I packed up my shit and I left and I went home to my mother. But yeah, that's the worst. That was the biggest lesson I learned. Huh?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're sorry?
I'm sorry. He's sorry. Yeah. My biggest lesson.
Yeah, that was
funny.
I learned that. That was the. I'm sorry. Look, no.
Fucking all day long.
I would have to.
I'm sorry. Fuck, learn another word. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
How about you just don't do it? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry's not good enough when you're abusive to anybody in any way.
Fuck, I'm sick of hearing sorry. Damn. Let's think of another word. Look at the thesaurus, asshole. Really. Jesus. My teachers go crazy on that so much. Okay. Sorry, I just had the other one. Oh. No, that one's probably weird. Never mind. Would you rather have only would you rather have only morning sex for the rest of your life or strictly sex at night?
What?
Would you rather have only morning sex for the rest of your life or strictly sex at night? That doesn't make sense, does it?
No. That's the thing. That goes with the being predictable kind of question. It shouldn't be a planned thing.
What's strictly sex? Oh, strictly sex at night. Oh, only sex at night or morning. That's weird. Okay. Does it matter?
To
crazy.
Me, like sex should just be spontaneous. It shouldn't be planned. All right, 7:00 tonight. Okay, we're gonna go into the bedroom, and that's when we're doing it. It should not be.
No.
Scheduled.
Lizzie.
Yo.
The solution is you date a billionaire, and he just flies you from time zone to time zone, so it's morning and night.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh my God!
I mean, at this point, it's like, let me get my weekly planner out. Let me get my weekly planner out, honey. Let me see if I have time. I think 8:00 tonight might be a good time.
Oh my God!
And it can't do yet.
Pencil me in for tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
You only got 30 minutes because I got something to do.
I would never sign in those places. I would never start.
Yeah, that's okay. This is a good one. These are stupid questions they ask.
Here's a good one.
Hour, you see?
Okay.
I'm
with you.
Think about this. If you're getting it scheduled, say 3 nights a week, at least you're getting it 3 nights a week, guaranteed.
That's
you know?
crazy. The stuff like this, I agree with Liz.
Yeah, but I don't want it planned. It loses all intimacy. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is that?
Sometimes quantity beats quality. I'm just kidding. No.
Oh my God, this is too much.
I don't know. I could look forward to being stared at in the eyes and someone saying, "So we're going to do this thing."
Oh my gosh! You're going to listen to our show.
You don't think that's romantic?
Okay, get off.
You don't think that's romantic?
Oh, I love it.
Oh my God!
Romantic. I'm sorry.
I can't stop laughing.
How would you define great sex?
Someone else,
How do you
and
define
we don't
great
do that
sex?
kind of stuff.
The next question: How do you define great sex?
Wait. Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Everybody knows the definition of their impression of great. What's great sex to you?
What was the question?
Everybody's different. How do you define great sex? Razz.
Oh my.
Yeah, when they're doing it with someone else, and we don't do that kind of stuff.
When they show up.
Oh man.
It's not about how many nuts you bust. It's about the connection, right? I mean, that's what most people would say.
I don't know.
I mean, I'd rather have one
great
good one
sex
than 20 mediocre.
I'd have to say, great sex to me is, when I at least expect, like, you grab me up and just kind of freaking like, do the
oh yeah, spontaneous.
What the hell's the movie? Gone with the Wind. I go with Gone with the Wind when he just grabs her, throws her over his shoulder.
Fatal Attraction.
That's what I'm talking. Yeah, like just grab me up and like.
Slam me against the wall, lift up my skirt, and just take it. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. That's great sex. Like I'll come out of there going, woo-hoo, that's the best shit ever.
You're breaking lamps and breaking furniture.
Yeah, you know. Exactly. That's what I get. That's when you get the woo-hoo out of me. I'm giving you a standing ovation afterwards.
Oh my God! Can you imagine?
I have another definition for great sex. Crystal meth and nodding.
What did you say, Red?
Like I always
crystal meth and nodding.
What does it mean? What is that?
Wait, what does that mean?
Oh man!
When you withdraw
shit, that's too...
from the narcotic.
Yep.
Great sex is when my hand doesn't fall asleep.
Great sex when she calls you in the morning.
Oh my gosh, you made me calm.
Yeah, like that's I always said I remember that scene in Gone with the Wind when he just grabs her, throws her over his shoulder and takes the bitch. Like I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. Take that shit.
You know what the trick about that? You know he was so gorgeous and sexy and whatever else. Clark Gable was one of my mom's favorite too. But I read that his breath was horrible. It was absolutely terrible.
Yes.
Like she didn't even want the kissing scenes. I mean, come on.
Isn't that funny?
They hook him up with a fucking toothbrush or something. You know?
Yeah, he was a good-looking guy with some big ears, though. I mean, he did have Dumbo ears, but he was a good-looking guy.
Yeah, no.
I mean, the reason why his ears were that big, that's what the women used to grab.
I guess so. They were grabbing his ears. You know who I really thought was
the rear handle.
You know who I really thought had some amazing sex appeal was Vincent Price. His way of talking.
Oh, my favorite Paul Newman.
I got to tell. Are you familiar with the rumor?
What
rumor?
Apparently, he was hung like a dinosaur.
Yeah, true. Mm-hmm.
You know, if you watch a movie with Vincent Price, his posture was perfect. The way he spoke was absolutely freaking amazing. The way he carried himself was just,
sex appeal.
I don't know who he is. I don't know who he is.
Well, you probably wouldn't, because he did a lot of horror movies, so you probably wouldn't know who Vincent Price is. But if you watch Edward Scissorhands, he was the guy who created Edward, but he was old in that movie, so it's kind of hard to judge him. But that would be who Vincent Price is. If you just look up a picture of him,
in his posture.
Yeah, he was
had a very
amazing,
beautiful voice.
It had nothing to do with that.
Yes, and
he was an older gentleman. He had
amazing.
a very, very beautiful voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, agreed. For me, I love Paul Newman. Right when he walked on the stage, it's just like when he walked on the film. Jesus Christ, Paul Newman. He just had that thing, that old, I like old Hollywood. I love when women were dressed up and men were fancy. Oh my God, yeah, he's amazing.
Yes,
those eyes.
I can't think of this guy's name right now. What is wrong with
Ben Affleck?
What the hell was his name? Oh no, yeah, Ben Affleck's a good-looking guy, but I mean nowadays, yes. Ben Affleck, he's
what's the next one? What's your definition of intimacy?
What about intimacy?
Sour? What's your idea of intimacy?
It's actually to be comfortable around the person, like you can be yourself around the person you love, and the same thing. It's mutual, and that's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Good answer.
Mm-hmm.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Razzle dazzle.
Yeah, I would say if you and the partner had a kind of moment where you're at the same type of understanding of one each other, who you really are, like with Sala.
Yeah. True. Okay. Rocky Poo.
That's when you've been together so long you don't care if she sits on the toilet while you're in the shower.
No shit, that's funny, yeah. You just walk in when you're in the shower and walk out.
Oh man.
Oh goodness.
I would have to say. Yeah, I would have to say that intimate. I was also younger then, I'm older now, but I would have to say that intimacy is to have that moment when, like Razz said, like you understand each other. To me, it's like almost like a wholeness. Like you feel whole when you're with that person.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a half of you. You're not a quarter of you. You feel complete. That's intimacy. To have that completion, that to me is what intimacy. That's intimacy. And you can say, I feel whole with this person.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sally.
I think also, that kind of like builds over time. You don't just get it right away. You have to work at it and know somebody and all the ups and downs. Or you speak without speaking, really using words they just know. You see the couple of other sentences and
no words.
Comfortableness, and because some people, you see people that are married and they don't even know each other, and you're like, you've been married 20 years. What the fuck? I mean, I see that with my sister and her husband. Like, they're just live separate lives. They just happen to live in the same house. It's just like my sister calls it the business merger, because that's what it's all about, business. And then, I don't think they have any intimacy whatsoever. I mean, I would rather live in a box with someone I love than a $1 million house like they have, and they have nothing going on. But, But
you marry for the love or you marry for the money? That's the question, right? Do you marry for money or do you marry for love?
Can I say something? Not necessarily true. I know people who had a lot of money, but they had really this intimacy and happy so much. So no, I don't think it's a rule.
No. I don't mean it. I don't mean it like that. I mean it like, some people will say, I didn't marry for love. I married for money. Those are the people that have absolutely no intimacy, because you're not there. You didn't fall in love with the honey. You fell in love with his money. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he lost a dollar, you'd be out the door. You know, that's what I mean by marry for the money or marry for love. Like,
I'm sorry, I misunderstood you. Sorry about that. My part.
Yeah, are you going to choose to just marry somebody because, I live a beautiful life here, but your life is going to suck because it's empty because you did it out of greed, you know what I mean? Or did you do it because you actually love this person? That's the biggest thing here. Yes, I mean, it's great to live comfortable.
You believe in love at first sight?
I do not believe in love at first sight.
No, I do. This one, I do.
I believe in lust at first sight, but not love.
Yes. Yes, I believe in lust at first sight.
I believe in love at first sight. See, we're so alike, Lizzie. Yeah,
we know you're a dreamer, Sala. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you believe it. I don't. I believe in lust at first sight, like you said. I do believe in that. I believe that, you know, you automatically click eyes because there's something about that person, and you're like, damn, what I would do to you. You know what I'm saying? What I do to you is illegal in 3 states.
But you know, then it's the only thing he's got going on, and you're like,
Which 3 states?
Exactly. Like that's the.
Which 3 states?
You know, like. Well, you know, I know that. Let me see. What 3 states he said? I know that in Texas you're not allowed to own more than 3 vibrators or something like that because they don't know what you're stimulating.
I like call this experimental intimacy, and it says shared experience that lead to inside jokes and private memories that can intensify connection. The act of teamwork and moving in unison toward a goal while creating an experience also establishes a feeling of closeness. The bond is the result of experimental intimacy. There's 4 kinds of intimacy. They say experimental. What's that? Wait, I gotta get this up. Experimental, emotional, intellectual, of course, and emotional. What's the last one? I'm missing the page. Intellectual, emotional, experimental. That's weird. And then the last one. I'm missing. Oh, spiritual, of course. I mean, I agree with that. I mean, it's going to sound corny, but I mean, I believe that you have the same faith, and faith that's going to help.
Not necessarily. No. You know, I know someone who married 2 different faiths, and they had the most happiest marriage because they respect each other's faith and spirituality. But I mean, it depends on the person. Some people, I don't know. It depends, I guess.
I think it would depend on. I think it would depend on what faith. Like some people are okay with, you know, they're Catholic and they're okay with a Protestant or a Baptist or whatever, but they wouldn't be comfortable with a Methodist or somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, I think that just what that person believes in. So, I mean, as long as you believe in like, my cousin married a Jewish guy, and she was Catholic. They were fine. And of course, his family wasn't thrilled because, you know, the child automatically takes the mother's religion. But, you know, they raised them. They raised their kids to learn both religions so that they could choose whichever they wanted.
That's the biggest thing. Exactly. Mr. Hanukkah, that's the biggest thing that I see.
Yeah. I dated a Jewish guy.
Describing the realistic sense of America.
Yeah. I dated a Jewish guy, and his parents absolutely hated me.
Of course they did.
Like that. His father, I take it back. His father was really sweet to me, but his mother absolutely despised me. Oh, my God, did she hate me? Yeah, no matter what I did, I could have freaking brought this woman the moon and the stars, and she hated me. It was like, I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, lady, you know what I'm saying?
Usually they're very overprotective and
well, they want their sons to marry. Yeah, they want their sons to marry a Jewish girl because they're afraid that they're not going to be with their grandchildren. Yeah, because they want them to be fully Jewish. And, you know, marrying a Catholic, it's like, oh my God. Yeah. Look, lady, we believe almost the same thing, except you don't believe in Christ and I do. Like, what is the difference?
Did you know AAA offers competitive rates on auto insurance? You could save hundreds by switching to AAA insurance. Discounts for being a good driver or bundling your home and auto insurance policies. Get a quote in minutes at AAA.com/insurance and find out how much you could save. AAA Insurance, helping you save more. Insurance provided to qualified members by AAA affiliated insurer. Membership generally required for insurance and requires a separate purchase. Visit AAA.com.
Shop Howard's President's Day sale. Save up to 40% on appliances, TVs, furniture, and mattresses. Buy a Whirlpool top-load laundry pair for $1299.99 or an LG front-load laundry pair for $1398.99. Buy a Whirlpool 4-piece kitchen package for $4254.99. Save up to $500 on qualifying adjustable mattress sets. Buy an Ashley 6-piece reclining sectional for $2999.99. Earn a $100 Visa prepaid card when you open a Howard's credit card. Exclusions apply. Now through February 23rd.